this. Did we ever got mentioned any other political figure that isn't the Prime Admiral that is pretty influential or not?
The other admirals.
Yeah, but did we get the name of any of them?
Akbar.
No.
Okay.
I don't see it in my notes anywhere. Although they might have been deleted!
You had the name of one of them.
Yeah, I have Christoph Schrunta, who is dead now.
Yep.
Hi, kitty. What a cutie.
Hello, Sarah.
Christoph Schrunta is dead?
How's your D&D going, sugar?
Well, didn't we see a changeling, like, attacking him and dragging him away to go replace him? And then Von Barra said that somebody was going to replace Christoph when he was going to replace List.
That's true. Like, thank you.
That was the plot. Yeah, I got you.
I didn't have that, and I did not write the notes for the last session because I was a little busy this week.
Who can give me a little recap of what happened last session?
Oh boy, so much.
So much happened. Who can do it? Who has...
I named the lizard. His name is Smith.
That's the only thing that happened.
Yep. Alright. So, we... from the start, Gil was out as a lookout, and he had a very, very strange trip where he met his mother, and after she made like a bunch of things telling him to come, he grabbed Flint's mace and broke it, and after doing so, he essentially got sent to whatever plane she is in and talked to her. He also put one of the shards he had on the weapon. After that, Avot returned, and Gil woke us all up, and he explained what happened. He explained what happened to Bombera. Bombera and Junta were pretty pissed that the crystals had been broken, and we had a very big conversation on the whole subject, and eventually we came to the conclusion that of two things. One, the Ouroboros was Gil's ship. He told us his backstory, essentially, and that we had to go to the Bleeding Dunes most likely to get more of those crystals. We decided there that most likely our approach would be to go there. I think that Avot also looked through the eyes of Jesus, the Goliath.
Through the eyes of Jesus.
Looking through the eyes of Jesus.
I realize what I said.
Let his holy rain down on us.
Tomlin. He looked through the eyes of Tomlin and essentially realized that they were pretty fucked. He also had a very, very nice talk with Bombera.
The end.
We all woke up. Decided to start seeing if we could make the prisoners that we had a non-issue. We managed to do that by giving them a very good breakfast and essentially having Avot look through their eyes and essentially, hey, we know where you are. Just fuck up, you're gonna die. So, but two of them didn't want to. Three of them actually. Two Dragonborns and one of the elves who had essentially gave up. Through talking with one of the Dragonborn, he accepted joining us by teaching Kirik, and became our pal. His name is now Smith. The elf gave up and wouldn't respond to Avot, and the other Dragonborn was much more of a zealot, and he was pretty pissed at Smith for deserting him. Meanwhile, we also discovered through Gil that the book was filled with a bunch of blacksmithing, essentially recipes that would probably allow us to make very good shit given time. The interrogation continued without much effect. We know that Smith told us if we were going to kill the dragon, he would like it to be through the dragon's death, which seems to be splitting their jaws in half, and that the elf wouldn't budge, so Flint went to talk with him and was not effective but let him go. and that's what the point where it ended, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's anything.
So for anybody else, does it sound like Repos is underwater?
A little bit.
Sounds okay to me.
It's not too bad.
Okay.
Okay, I have to figure that out. No, I don't know what's wrong.
You're just drowning, bud.
I don't think he sounds like that much differently than he normally sounds.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It always sounds like he's drowning.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Okay. Anybody want to add anything to Repos's synopsis?
Repus didn't know that I was a warlock until way after session.
It's true.
That's true.
He was so confused the entire session.
That's true.
I mean, like 90% of the time, I have no idea what's going on. I've just stopped questioning things. Oh yeah, this is happening now. All right, I just go with it.
What? This is so coherent.
No, I mean like D&D wise, I don't know shit. Y'all are like, oh, I use this spell. Like I haven't even ever heard of that.
Yeah, Google's a
know.
wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as we kind of left off last session, you guys had convinced Smith to join you. You were working on deciding what you were going to do with the other Dragonborn, the priest that has been pretty much non-responsive. You tried threatening him and a few other things, and he just hasn't been responding to you at all. Bonbera and Yunta had told you that they intend to head to the Bleeding Dunes to see if they can locate more crystals after they discovered the notes from Commander List to Admiral Carlinth, and that there were Savrasians being stored there at the dunes. You guys also had looked into the back component, the back compartment of Abot, and saw that there is a yellow crystal inserted in his body, and there seems to be some green cloud floating within it. Abot had destroyed the crystals that were in the vault, and again, Bonbear and Yunta intend to go to the Bleeding Dunes to see what they can find, if they can find any more, per the task that you were all sent on from Cyriel. The Dragonborn, as you guys have named him Smith, and he seems to have accepted that, has made an agreement. What was that?
I thought it was Smith.
It was he said Smith. You guys said Smith. I think it's a an understanding. And the he had made an agreement with Carrick that he will teach Carrick to some of the techniques that he may know. With that, you guys are kind of still standing in your circle, looking over this Dragonborn priest. Bonbera and Yunta kind of waiting for you to make a decision on what you're going to do with this individual. Smith standing behind, looking inquisitively at what you're going to do. He's told you that he wants you to allow him to perform a dragon's death if you're going to kill this individual. So, what are you guys doing?
So,
I'm just constantly casting comprehend languages so I can be the, middle boy.
So, real quick, out of character, we discussed this a bit. I think we kind of either figured out that we would either just let him go or... Well, okay. I don't think everyone chimed in on the conversation. So some of us were okay with either taking him along with us and letting him go at some other point, or just letting him go now. I don't know if everyone was down for either of those options.
I'd rather just let him go now, and I wasn't part of the conversation. I don't want to drag this guy with us.
Yeah, I don't want to drag him around either. I'm fine with either letting him go or killing him.
He wants to die. Let's just
okay,
let him die.
We can kill him.
Well, wait. Well, there's a difference between letting him die and letting him go.
Well,
Or, excuse me.
The lizard himself wants to die.
Right.
So.
And did Smith say he wanted to do the dragon's death himself?
Smith
on this guy?
said
never mentioned
that
it.
he needs to be given a dragon's death. He did not say whether or not he needs to do it.
Well, it sounded, my understanding, and you don't... correct me if like I'm 100% wrong, but if I'm misunderstanding him, I think that's fine. My interpretation was if we kill him, we are required to give him a dragon's death.
I don't think
But-
you're required to do anything, but he's saying that that's what he wants
Well,
to do. Yes.
yeah. But like, not that like.
No, he's not saying kill him. He's saying
Yes,
if you're
exactly.
gonna kill him, you better give him a dragon's death.
Alright,
Right.
so to get a little back in character, Abot's going to emerge from the forest back to the group with the priest, and just sort of like toss him back to where he was before he took him away.
Oh, actually, wait. Real quick, out of character, that's right. The one thing we said was, what if we like feed him false information? Like, so we put them both in silence. We talk for 10 minutes.
Let's have this conversation in character a little bit.
Well,
I
okay.
don't know.
Well, if you guys are trying to speed it up and just make a decision, go ahead. I don't.
Alright,
mind.
yeah, that's fine.
Well, because it's things we've covered already. That's why.
No, yeah, that's fair.
So, do we want to do that?
I'm fine with it.
If you guys are gonna
I'm fine with
debate
it,
debate it in character. If you have the plan and you want to say execute,
I like it.
Abot wants to do a dragon's death, but that's just him.
Well, he wants to see
I
what
mean-
it even is, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like you want to debate it then.
So, Abot.
Ava's just emerging from the forest. He tossed the priest down on the ground.
Gil, I cannot understand a word he says if you're not here.
I don't know why that's funny.
I look at Abot and then I look at the dragon priest and you threw him on the ground, right?
Yes.
Is he like on his belly or something?
I'll fucking know. Like, it just drug him out of the forest on his back. He didn't, like, haul him over his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
He's just dragging.
I go to the dragon priest and I say, now, I don't know if you've realized this yet, but we understand you're draconic, so can we just cut the bullshit and you could talk common to us? What is your reply?
he kind of looks at you, doesn't say anything, doesn't respond to you at all.
Does he speak common?
I just look at Abot and I say, it's common. I think damn near everyone speaks common.
As you guys are kind of all standing there looking at this dragonborn priest, Smith behind you, he speaks up, and again in his grunts and hisses and growls, Gil, what you catch is that he says, a dragon's village to the north. A dragon can be brought there, and no longer will he be any concern of the and then there's no direct translation, but it's Kahas group.
Gotcha. And this is Smith saying
This
that?
is Smith saying that.
How far... Who's got the map?
I think
Rudy's got
you
the
do.
chalk.
Alright, well I go to whoever
I
has...
think you have the book.
You guys got a bunch of maps.
Alright, the main, like, one...
I'm pretty sure you have the book because you're the only one that can read it, and the map is in the book.
Yeah, the,
Okay, well I don't want this,
commander's
I want
map.
this. Anyways, I look at the map, where...
So
Is
you
it to the
guys
north?
are around this general area. The armory was kind of like here, and he's saying to the north farther. Doesn't give you any specific details just yet about where this village is.
I just look at... I ask the smith, I say, how far is this village?
Hisses,
In
growls.
common, so everyone...
Yep. He responds back. He's not speaking common. Still speaking draconic. The dragon's den, the shore of the oasis.
The shore of the... How... Okay, so... That's like a day's travel?
It's probably half a day's travel from where you guys are.
Half a day's travel?
Sounds like a side quest.
Yeah, I just kind of look at the group and I say, we might have an additional option. There's a draconic village north of here, about half a day. We could leave him there, and his people will deal with him.
That could be useful. I think we need to resupply our food anyway.
I mean, will they be hostile? We're not exactly from here.
Yeah, I look at
Wait.
Smith. I say, I just ask him 2 questions. I ask, will they welcome our kind? And I point to the littles and me. And 2, what will you do?
So again, in that language, says to you, a dragon's family broods there. A dragon's partner awaits there. You enter with a dragon. You are a dragon.
I just give the group a
Then
smirk.
he turns to Carrick and he says, there are basically what he gets at is there's forges, there's blacksmithing tools. We can begin the transfer of learning, the transfer of knowledge. You can learn a dragon's way.
Ooh, let's go there.
Yeah. It sounds pretty fucking dope. And it's only half a day, right?
It's a half a day to the village.
Yeah, so it's not too much of a
village
detour.
that they were talking about before. That's nearby the armory.
Could be.
I look at Smith and I say, can we take the elf as well?
I translate what he says. Oh wait, never mind.
He speaks common. He knows common. He just doesn't speak it for some reason that you don't understand.
Carrick, I have released the elf.
Flint already released that elf though.
Yeah.
Oh well, never mind.
Yeah, there's no elf there. It's only the two dragonborn and then the rest of you.
Lol, JK.
That elf walked south, and then the other 3 elves. Abot threatened the shit out of them and set them free.
All right, so I guess we'll start fucking making our way to the oasis.
Hey,
But are
Smith.
you okay with this?
Repos,
Who
who
are
did
you
you ask?
Abot. Soup.
What
You
did
there?
he ask me? I'm sorry. I thought you were
Okay with
talking
going to the
to.
oasis.
The fuck did you ask me?
Sorry.
Are you okay with this?
I'm content with either option, though I am more curious to see the village than I am to just let him go.
I am finding the solution as well.
I want to ask Smith. I say, do you shelter littles? Because I remember that we were supposed to take them north to the oasis, so I want to know if this is kind of the same town.
The concerns of littles are not the concerns of dragons. Dragons are concerned with greatness, irrespective of the others, and the Kahas ways.
Okay. I ask him, is there anything that we should try to avoid while we're in your town that your people would find disrespectful? I say this to him in his language.
Does comprehend language let you speak the language?
I don't know.
I don't think it does.
It does not.
Shit. Just kidding. It sounds like I'm clearing my throat and then I speak in common. Yeah.
A dragon understands a Kahas. They know a Kahas means no harm when brought by dragon.
Are Kahas outsiders?
Nods at you.
Alright. Well, yeah, I'm very okay with going to the oasis.
Well, I do believe that for the first time in a long time, we are very, very unanimous.
What does Bombera and Yunta look like when we say that?
Well, didn't they already... One of them already left, right?
They didn't leave yet.
Oh,
no,
no?
They've been standing behind you. So they've been kind of listening to you guys have this conversation. And they look to you, and Yunta kind of looks disappointed. and he says, "Do as you must. We will see what the Bleeding Dunes have. When you make your way back to rendezvous with us, look to the skies. You will see Slikvok circling above. He will lead you to us."
How do you spell that?
Shlikvoc. That's the name you've heard him using for his little serpent thing that wraps around his body and flies up. So basically he's telling you he's going to have his thing circling above head, and then when you guys see it, follow it. It'll bring you to him.
And that shouldn't take more than a day. We will go as fast as possible.
I will have Slikvok fly towards the sun each day at noon until you arrive.
Very well. We will make our way then.
Okay. So Bonbera and Yunta make their way towards the Bleeding Dunes. The rest of you begin walking.
Oh, wait a second.
Yep.
Are all those elves still in the clearing with us that we
No,
gave breakfast?
they've all dispersed. There are dead bodies that pack towards the Oasis army. You're going to be walking by them. But you guys kind of piled up all the dead bodies and dragged all the live ones down through the jungle where you are now. Remember?
Yeah, I was just I was gonna tell the live ones something, but if they're gone now,
Yeah, they're all gone. Flint released one of them. Abot released the other 3 after threatening them.
okay. I thought they were still just like eating or whatever behind us.
No, they had all kind of finished their meals and gotten the hell out of your way. They want nothing to do with you guys.
Okay.
You guys still have your horses. And with that, are you guys going to begin making your way to the armory? Or the Oasis? I'm sorry, not the armory.
Before we're about to take off, Avot's going to look again down to... what's his name? Lith is his name. Lith's his corpse, and he's going to try to reach out to that same energy that seeped into him. See if there's anything that has occurred overnight that it's like a process that took longer.
Make a perception check.
Oh, that's an 18.
So you notice that the body itself, you don't feel any energy. Nothing outside the normal. You've kind of, since that gaseous entity kind of seeped into him, you've always felt that presence, and it hasn't really gone away, hasn't really shifted. It's always been there. But you see that the body is in a slightly different position than it was when you originally dropped it off. One of the arms is shifted up, like it's almost like if you were to raise your hand directly up above you, like it was outstretched in the direction to the southeast. And it's like outstretched just on the ground, still the body's limp, still dead, just in a different position.
I have a question. Just kidding.
So is it very clearly, the muscles are in disrepair, the atrophy is already set in because it's a corpse, or is it movable?
Well, it's only been a day, right? So rigor mortis hasn't necessarily set in yet.
Okay.
It's a limp body.
Abot is going to slowly chant the we are one, you are I am you, I see through me, I see through you, to see if that affects it at all.
No change.
Just kidding. Sorry.
No, ask your question.
I was just gonna say, does Gil see this?
See Abot chant something.
See the body and Abot paying attention to the body.
Yes, it's very obvious.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
And you also see him chant something under his breath.
Is the arm? You said it was pointing southeast. Is that in the direction?
It's not like it's like the body is like on its stomach, right? And there's an arm outstretched above its head. It's not like super conspicuous, like he's standing up pointing in that direction. It's just kind of limp, and limply the arm is outstretched in that direction. It's
gotcha.
It's if you haven't been paying attention to the fact, like the way this body was dropped, you wouldn't notice.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like he's pinned straight. Based on where you are, Repus, it's actually not pointing in the direction of the bleeding dunes.
No? Okay.
No.
Oh, it was the southeast.
It's southeast.
Oh, that's the other way, yeah.
That would be northwest.
That is west, yeah.
Or well, I guess directly west, yeah.
Yeah.
So can Abot still feel the presence of the...
You still feel that energy
greenness?
radiating from within it. You still feel that darkness within you. Nothing's really changed since that. Right? Because you felt that energy kind of release from you and go into the 4 crystals. You felt it around you when the gas was emitting around you, and then you felt it as it kind of more focused as it sifted all through into the corpse.
He's going to attempt to will it from the corpse, and pull in the same feelings he did when he drug it into himself.
Okay. So you kind of focus on that. You're trying to absorb the gaseous form just like you did before. And you feel that pull, and you feel like you're taking it in within you. You feel that same pull, and then you feel this distant decoupling, this disconnect, and this pull back in the other direction. It's fighting you. It doesn't want to leave where it is.
Abot's going to use what's it called? The Awakened Mind. He is still brain dead, right? List. Like, yes. I can't communicate. Okay. Fuck, I'm so curious. I can't drag a corpse with me throughout the land.
I want to go to...
capacity?
Yeah, but like, it's a little more difficult than that.
Sarah, what are you doing?
I want to go to Smith and ask him if we need to give List a dragon's death, even though he's already dead, or if it doesn't matter after he's already died.
He looks to you, looks at Gil, just to make sure that, like, he looks at Gil to get his attention.
I give him a nod.
Listening. And Gil, what you get is basically a dragon denied a dragon's death has already moved on. There is no hope for the soul now.
Okay.
Abot, you need to go.
Give me a single moment.
Abot's going to pick up the body, and then start walking back to where the priest was in the forest.
Yep.
And then he's going to... Wait, shit, do we even have it?
You're bringing the priest with you
Glenn
to
gets
the
out of the
village.
horse and starts following him.
Oh, no. Remember the forest clearing where I, like, interrogated him one-on-one?
Yep.
He's bringing him the body out towards there. And then... Oh, shit, wait, I'm out of rope. Give me 1 second. I need to figure out if I have anything. How large are the crossbow bolts? Or just standard crossbow bolts? Are they like...
I mean, picture a crossbow, right? Fucking the length of the...
You
it's a little bit
fucking
shorter than the
idiot.
crossbow. I don't really understand your question. It's like half the length of the actual crossbow, maybe like 3/4 the length of the actual crossbow.
Could I use it as a nail to hold something in place?
Yeah.
Alright, he's going to attempt to use one of the crossbow bolts to nail the arm of List to a tree.
Okay. You're able to do that.
Alright, and then he'll just return back to the party.
Okay, so you've nailed one arm to a tree and kind of just pinned him there.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, so,
That's
I mean, if
feasible.
someone wanted to put in a lot of effort, they could totally just get it out,
Yep.
but it'll
so
stay there
So
regularly.
Flint, you followed him and you watched him do this.
Okay.
Alright.
And by the way, Flint was not like hiding himself. He
No, you kind of
followed up.
but Abot was not paying attention. He was very focused on what he was doing. He was a man on a mission. You just kind of followed him and just kind of watched him do this. I'm sure you're a little curious about what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
Sarah, Kira.
Hi.
So, You're kind of go looking for berries and herbs. You don't have a lot of luck in this area. However, as you're kind of sifting through the different bushes, you catch some tracks. At first glance, they look like standard wolf tracks. You've seen them back home hundreds of times. You've hunted wolf for fur. You've hunted wolf for vengeance. This is a little different, though. You notice that there is, on this track, there is also a dew claw that digs into the ground just behind the paw print. And as you see that, and you look at the tracks, and you look at the direction which they're running, which is north, the direction that you're planning on moving, you remember the night that you saw the white wolf that seemed to have almost antlers, and you kind of remember, and you kind of trace the outline of that figure, and you see that wolf, and you remember that wolf had a dew claw on all four of its legs. The tracks themselves, as you kind of probe a little further, you see that they run north a good ways, and then break to the east.
Huh, okay. Like, how far east?
They're starting off going directly north. They're coming from the south, back the direction where you originally saw that figure. And they break east probably in this general direction. If you guys are here, it's probably this general direction. So I'll ping one more time. If you guys are here, it's probably this direction. Make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Gonna go back to the group, and I look pretty troubled, but I'm not saying anything.
Okay. So what do you guys do?
Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to talk to Abot for a bit after I see him do that. Just a little bit, nothing too much.
Alright, Abot's just in the process of nailing this guy's arm to the tree.
After, like, you finish, Flint's gonna say, Abot, what are you doing?
I am concerned that whatever energies flowed into him is animating the body in some way. I would like to make sure that it does not move. Or document if it does in fact move.
I see. Listen, I've been meaning to talk to you for a while about what's been happening lately.
The same to you.
Really, I just wanted to ask, are you okay specifically? A lot of strange things have been happening to you lately, especially since I've met you. Your magic has definitely changed, at least from nature, from what I remember, and you've shown yourself to be a little bit more aggressive. Can I help you in any way? Are you okay?
I do not believe that you possess the tools to assist me. I, in truth, am troubled greatly. It is hard to provide a reference point to what is going on outside of my standard behavior. If you would like, I could provide an analogy.
Do please. I would like to understand you and help you.
To provide a frame of reference to our own differences and how we think and our own goals and motivations, I would say that you are a flame. You flicker, you wane, and in the darkest of times, in the deepest depths of fear, you shine. That is the blessing of fear, because once it is overcome, you may emerge with bravery. You can shape yourself, your motivations around such things. You have outside influences. But unlike your flame, I am a stone. Strong and hardy, yes, but I will never shine the same way. I cannot experience fear, and as a result, I cannot experience bravery. I have no ups and no downs. I am a stone. Stone is constant. It does not burn bright. It does not flicker, and it will never snuff out. It believes itself to be immortal. Stone exists to exist, and as such, it will always remain. Its home, made of stone, will litter the land long after the last of man is dead. And in that time, in the age where the flame has long been extinguished, I will be the stone that remembers the flame. I will tell of the moments you flickered in a sea of fear, and more importantly, the moments when you burned the brightest. That is my goal, Flint. I am to remember, document, and catalog truths. It is my single purpose. So when I must tell all of these lies, you must understand that this is the antithesis of my entire being. There is no Abot without truth. There is no Abot without Savarus. This entire trek troubles me greatly because of such things.
His head just sort of swivels back to facing Bombera. Or no, List.
Yeah. So, what troubles you is that I'm sorry, maybe I'm just misunderstanding this. What troubles you is that you will remain, that you will not. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me.
It is difficult for me as well. Golems are not told about their purpose. We are tools, we are made, and we perform action, and then we are done. We are not told extraneous details that are deemed unnecessary.
If we're gonna go, because you did say your true purpose is truth, the truth here is that while you say that this is your purpose, you chose to accept it. There is choice that you can make and choice that you are doing at the moment.
Choice is not as simple as you describe.
What I do know, however, is that stone is a dwarf's tool. We use stone for many, many things. And parts of the property of stone is that it can be sculpted. And it can be modified to fit whatever is necessary. You are one of the very few, in your own words, stones that got the chance to sculpt themselves. There is no reason why you can't just say you wish to do something and do it.
That is yet to be seen. You speak of choice, and you speak of my own choice, as if it is something that I have a conscious control over. Flint, why do you do good things?
I do good things because I believe those good things will change the world in a better way, and provide me, too, with better opportunity in the future.
I could not agree more. Your own environment and cultural perspective has contributed this sense of accomplishment whenever you commit good actions. Your brain is rewarded with dopamine, positive chemicals that reaffirm your own actions. If your own actions were not constantly reaffirmed with such things, I am doubtful that you would be a good person, or at the very least have a very different definition of good. I do not experience such things. My choices are not reinforced by them. I was made as a tool for Savarus. The choices I make are entirely reinforced by such things.
I find that very unlikely due to the fact that people, if what you say is true, all of them would receive this these influences. I'm not sure what you mean. You're gonna have to teach me that later, by the way. But everyone would take them. If everyone takes them, why doesn't everyone be good?
Because good is not that simple. Good is a cultural perspective. It is not a sole arbiter of the way people make decisions. Some people are not raised in such a way that they deem generosity to be good. They may deem cruelty to be acceptable. It may empower them.
But you feel curiosity, right?
What was that?
You feel curiosity, right?
Yes,
Given that you feel curiosity, and curiosity is literally the drive to learn more, the desire to learn more, by the fact that you have desires, because you have one, you've just proved itself, won't you have choices too? If you have this desire, it means that you can go after this desire or you cannot. As such, the choice
When-
presents itself.
is it within your own ability to commit cruelty?
Yes.
So
Abot just
as
stops.
Abot, as you ask that, Gil, Carrick, and Kira, you guys have been kind of standing there. Kira's been off and she's been looking at these tracks she found. Gil, Carrick, what have you guys been doing? It's been about 3 or 4 minutes. You saw Flint and Abot walk off. What are you guys doing in this time?
You can go first, Gary.
I'm gonna start to, I guess, ready the horses and whatever else needs to be ready to get on our way. Are Bombera and Yunta taking a horse?
No, they actually just started walking off towards
That's illegal.
to the west.
Can't take
Okay.
my horses. Fuck out of here.
They knew that
Excuse
Kira
me.
would not allow it.
Yeah, exactly.
I turn to Gil, yeah, and I say, I appreciate resolving this issue without further bloodshed.
Yeah, I don't want people to be dying. And I had a favor I wanted to ask you. You're a man of a god. And
Yes.
while we weren't able to give, and I point to the, well, I guess now missing body, a dragon's death, would you be willing to help me perform a ceremony if Smith is willing?
A ceremony of what?
A burial, a send-off.
As I
If
kind of
he's
look
willing.
over, no. As I look over my shoulder to Flint and Abot, sort of talking about whatever.
They're like a little bit into the woods, into the jungle from where you are, so you don't have a clear line of sight. You just know the direction they walked off on.
Okay, whatever. Well, as I look in that just general direction,
And you saw Abot drag the body that way too. Just you're aware.
yeah, it would appear that we have some time before we head out.
All right, I just give him a nod, and I walk over to Smith.
Mhm.
And I have comprehend languages going still.
Yep.
I would assume.
Yep. I assume
And
you
I just say
been-
to, yeah, I'm just constantly ritual casting it. I just say to him, I know we weren't able to give your commander a proper dragon's death, but my people, we have our own way of recognizing the loss of life. And if you would be willing, we would like to help send off your captain our way. I know it's not the dragon's death that he would have liked, or any of you would prefer, but I figured it was better than nothing.
He looks at you and his brow furrows a little, and he looks back in the direction of Abot and Flint, where they went off, and he turns back to you and says, a dragon has been a friend of the commander for a long time. A dragon has known the things a commander has done. The commander is from the village, as are all dragons at the armory. And he kind of lingers there for a moment, and then he says, a dragon has foregone greatness. A dragon is no longer a dragon. Any ritual to send off a soul of the Kahas can be welcomed by a Kahas.
So it's a yes.
That is the verbatim translation. How you interpret that is up to Gil.
Yeah, I just say to him, so is that a yes? Just with a kind of a weird look on my face.
Kind of like smirks at you and nods yes.
Okay. I just say to him, would you be willing to look around for some nice rocks?
Nods again. He kind of turns off and starts looking for whatever he thinks are nice rocks.
I just say to him, be back here in 30 minutes.
Okay. Yep, he kind of just goes off looking for nice rocks.
Alright. I find a nice tree nearby.
Okay.
Mold earth. I push the dirt aside. There's a nice hole there now. And I go try to find this body.
Okay, so you go off back in Abot and Flint's direction. So that's what that conversation that was happening while Abot and Flint have been doing what they're doing over there. Kira, what were you doing? You saw the tracks. Were you on your way back to the group?
Yes.
Okay. So you kind of followed the tracks off for a little bit. So now you're walking back. This is all happening within like the time frame of like 10 minutes or so. Soup Flint. Abot Flint,
Yes.
sorry. You guys are having your conversation. You hear some rustling. You hear Gil coming in your direction, over in your direction. Carrick, are you following suit with Gil, or are you looking for rocks too? What do you...
I don't... I mean, I feel like Gil and I were in the middle of the conversation. Like, he asked Smith to go find rocks. I figured he'd ask me to do something.
Okay.
I just want you to do the ceremony. I was going to take care of everything else.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to help with,
New group name, the Rock Collectors.
Well, I already did the
guess
digging.
I'll keep making sure the horses are ready to go. I don't fucking know.
Or you can get some direction from Gil and help with the ceremony he's preparing.
Well, he said, I mean, out of character, basically, he said that he just wants me to do the ceremony.
Okay, in character, I'll just talk to you, so we don't have this back and forth. I just say to Carrick, if you would like, you can help me. And then after the Smith walks off, I just whisper, we're going into an unknown village, and I want Smith to be as friendly with us as possible. And I think doing this could put him in even more of our favor.
I get the feeling that individual, he serves himself to whatever end that whatever serves his end. We have a tenuous alliance, a tenuous teaching alliance for now. I don't know if you can win his favor. Should we be useful to him and to his end, we will be in his favor. At the point when that ends, it will end.
I just let out an audible huff, and I just go, I'm just trying to be nice. And then I just walk away. I go to try to find Abot and Flint.
Exactly what Kira does all the time. She's like, I just want everybody to be friends. God damn it.
So, Carrick, he kind of huffs and walks away from you. You following him?
No, I will, I suppose, go into my pack and pull out my my vestments and my incense.
Okay.
Because I have that shit.
Okay. You doing anything with it, or just preparing it for the ceremony?
Preparing it for the ceremony.
Okay. So, Gil, you kind of walk off in the direction of Abot and Flint, and as you get closer, you kind of hear them going back and forth in some conversation. Abot, Flint, what are you guys talking about as Gil approaches? It's about the same time where we left off in your conversation.
When Flint responds with yes after Abot asks about, are you capable of doing cruel things? Abot just pauses. He doesn't respond to anything.
Listen, I'm not perfect. Never meant to be. I'm failed, and I will keep on failing, and I will learn from it if I can. And if you can have a desire, then you can have a choice. And know that I will support you in going after those desires too, okay? You're my friend.
It is
Gil-
appreciated.
Gil, you hear that as you walk in, and you hear that very clearly. You are my friend, and then you hear it is appreciated. And what you kind of see is you see them both standing over Commander List's body, and you see his hand nailed to a tree above his head. He's kind of propped up against it, sitting, and his hand's nailed to a tree above his head.
You just hear you two out of nowhere. You hear Gil go, "What the hell are you two doing?"
We were talking about.
No,
Hello, Gil.
I don't care about your conversation. Why is he nailed to the tree?
I'm concerned that he would be able to move from the tree. I want to document if he animates or not.
Has he moved?
I am suspicious that he has moved a minor amount or has the capacity for motion.
Well, I have a plan to help that. Pull the nail out of his damn hand.
I would like to hear your plan first. It took
We're gonna give him a proper burial to help get on Smith's more good side. I say it in broken ass English like that because I'm just
baffled by the fact that they nailed him to a tree.
the fact that his hand is nailed to a fucking tree.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll keep him there. We're gonna give him a burial. He'll be 6 feet under, and he won't be able to move.
I can content myself with this.
He just rips the bolt right out of the tree.
I'm not used to burying my enemies.
This has been a surprisingly ethical offense against an enemy.
Several aspects. But if it makes people less on edge, I'm fine with it.
I walk up to Flint, and and Abot, I say it loud enough that Abot can hear as well, and I just put my hand on Flint's shoulder, and I say, look, we're going into a town that they're going to find out that we somehow they're going to find out that we killed some of their people, and they're probably not going to be happy. Our best chance is to get as friendly with Smith as possible. That's why I offered to help with the ceremony.
I understood your logic, and I agree with it, which is why I said.
Still do not understand why the rest of you would be known as the ones that raided the fort.
Word gets around. I'm just trying to cover our bases.
Witnesses. I do not understand your logic.
I just say it's complicated, and I start dragging the body back.
Okay.
I like as he's dragging it, I grab the body and I take it with him to help him out.
Okay. So you guys are able to drag the body back. Abot, you're following them as they drag this body back towards this hole that Gil dug?
Yes.
Okay.
While also trying to, like, stifle down that, fucking Gil thinks he knows more than Abot about the flow of information. Who the fuck does he think he is? Dumb bitch.
Abot's getting all worked up.
He's not saying anything, but it's just like...
Gil might not be well read necessarily. Well, in his younger years, he was very well read. But as far as information getting around, Gil is very skilled in that art.
Hey, you guys don't need to justify it. Just so you're dragging this cat.
Yeah, so we're plopping him in the hole.
Yeah. So you're dragging this body along. You kind of get him to the edge of it. Kind of roll him over into it.
Yep. And then with a snap of my fingers, the ground next to him closes over.
Sealed.
Hell yeah. And now we wait for... Well, I'm good. I'm just going to wait for Stoneboy to get back.
Yeah, so Abot was right behind you. As you guys kind of get through that, you see Kira come out of the woods, or out of the jungle from the north. Presumably she was scouting ahead. Kira, you just kind of step back out into this slight clearing that you guys have been in. You see Gil kind of snap his fingers, and a hump, like a heft of dirt, kind of just shift. What are you doing? Kira? Did she ever come back?
Oh, they said...
Akira.
I hit the wrong button.
Actually, I'm gonna be right back as well. Sorry.
Okay. Alright, we could just take a 3-minute break if we want, while we wait for Sarah to come back.
Alrighty.
All good. I'll still be here.
Great job pooping.
Soup, that picture you posted
Wait,
of
she's back.
the girl...
Oh, is she?
Oh, she's
Hi.
back.
Okay, everyone's back.
Soup's not back.
Oh.
God damn it. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.
Alright, they don't need to be here. So Kira, you kind of come back out of the woods from the north. Everybody else presumably thinks you were scouting out. You come back down. You see the first thing you see is Gil snap his fingers, and you see this large clump of dirt kind of just shift and fall into a hole. He kind of, with his hands, kind of just wipes them off like he just did manual labor, which he did not do at all. And you kind of see everybody standing around this hole. Carrick's standing there with incense in one hand and his vestments in the other. What are you doing?
Is Smith there?
Smith is standing there as well.
Okay, I walk up and I just look around like, what are we doing?
Does anybody speak up?
Sorry. Kira, we are burying the commander list.
Oh, okay.
I believe Carrick will give the ceremony. It was Gil's idea.
To be completely frank, this really isn't my area of clericdom.
If you would like, I could officiate it. I'm well experienced in all sorts of wedding vows.
Is this a wedding?
Wedding vows.
Not a wedding.
Ceremonies often fall under the same classifications.
Is he getting married in the hole?
What do you know about funerals?
I know a great deal. Different cultures have different styles of funerals.
I'm back.
Oftentimes, some of the other races do not perform ceremonies, though dwarves, humans, and oftentimes halflings do.
Okay, but do you understand the words and things that you would need to actually perform it?
Yes.
Okay, good talk. I hand the vestments and the incense to him. Here you go.
Wait, do you not know how to...
Yeah, I mean... I didn't go into the clericdom. The clericdom found me. As such,
I just say, you're kind of a shitty cleric, then, aren't you?
Depends on your definition. If we're talking the mechanical 5e definition, or if we're talking the Webster's dictionary definition.
That's like if I said I was a school teacher that didn't know his ABCs. Isn't that kind of a fundamental?
You know, to be fair, I've said I'm a blacksmith. I don't know how often I identify as a cleric.
I just shake my head.
That's fair.
With that being said, would we like to give a prayer before we commemorate the dead?
Is Rockboy back?
He's standing there with a handful of rocks, waiting for you to tell him what to do with them.
Oh, I explained to him that we're gonna put it kind of like in a pyramid style that's in a circle.
Cairn.
And like kind of goes up.
Okay. What was it, Sarah?
A cairn.
Okay.
Sure.
So as you kind of tell him that, he takes the rocks and he kind of places them in like a gentle pile, and then kind of looks at you like inquisitively, like, well, okay, now what?
And just so you know, Captain, a cairn is a Karen that is pronounced with a southern accent.
A what?
He doesn't even know. The cleric doesn't even know what a Karen is.
Alright, anyway.
Well,
Precisely.
would we like to begin with a prayer, or was he less religious?
I just look at Smith.
He's looking at all of you like he doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Like, this is not his thing.
Did he believe in a god?
He looks at you
yes.
He looks at you like dead fuck, like what the fuck is wrong with you? And then just kind of barks at you in this language.
Priest. We have a priest.
Maybe he wasn't a priest.
And he just starts barking at you in this language, and he says, basically insulting you, saying that you haven't been paying any attention to what has been going on here. You haven't even acknowledged what he said about Kothar and greatness. He just starts insulting you, Gil.
I just say I'm sorry. I've had a lot on my mind, and I'm sorry I've missed details about your friend. I've had a lot happen this last day.
I must apologize for Gil's incompetence. Now, let us begin. Almighty Kothar, that which respects honor above most, we rejoice in your promises of victory. Victory not in form, but in spirit. We are changed as a result of this man's passing. We meet here today to honor the life of List. We give thanks to their life, and ask Kothar to bless them now that their time in this world has come to an end. For List, this journey is now beginning, but for us, there is loss, grief, and pain. Give me a second.
Holy hell.
So as this is happening, and as
of us here has been affected, perhaps in small ways, or perhaps in transformative ones by List. His life mattered to us all. It is important for us to collectively acknowledge and accept that the world has fundamentally changed with their passing. We are all grieving. Life will not be the same, nor should it be. Together, let us open our hearts and commemorate the impact Liz had on us.
So as you're saying this, Abot, this fucking Dragonborn is just staring at all of you. His eyes are just jumping from person to person. His fucking nose and mouth is just twitching, and it just like picture you were a very religious person, and then somebody just starts talking about your god and doing this ceremony that doesn't make any sense. He's just baffled about what you're saying.
Yes, Master Abot, perhaps I should take over from here.
Oh no.
Oh god.
By all means, Garrick,
I feel like I can really wing this one.
Master Smith, Gil, did you translate what he said before about the funeral wishes and shit?
He didn't say anything about funeral wishes.
Well, I mean, aside from him insulting me?
No, before, when you were like, hey, can we do this? And he was like, basically like, I don't give a fuck, he's an outsider now.
Yeah, I definitely would have told you.
Okay. Perhaps, I'm a little more familiar with the vestments of my god, and Goibniu is one who accepts all and is welcoming of all, should they wish to prove their worth. While I do not know the commander, I did not know his life, one does not attain his position and his stature by meandering around and being unproductive. While I don't know the specifics of your religion, Master Smith, I believe that should he show desire, a man of his accomplishments would have a place in the afterlife of Goibniu, and he has brought honor to himself with his accomplishments through his life. And
as you say that, he's kind of like squinting at you skeptically, but he's nodding, and he's a little more receptive than to what Gil had said and what Abot had said.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, I have something I want to do. I just want to see exactly what thaumaturgy can do. Right, so with that, what I would like to do is, okay, you create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range, such as a rumble of thunder, blah, 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 blah. So what I would like to do is I would like to, actually, who does illusions? Flint?
Yep.
Yeah, I say to everyone, we'll be finishing up in one moment. Normally I would have an assistant, if you could excuse me for 1 minute. I go over to Flint and I describe to you that what I would like you to do is create an illusion of an anvil coming down from the sky, coming right onto his gravestone, like basically hit the center of his gravestone on my signal.
I can make an anvil appear. I can't make it move.
Okay. Appear on the gravestone. That's fine. So what I do is it's from 30 feet out thaumaturgy. So basically, from 30 feet out, you start hearing the sound of like the clanging of a craftsman. So like the clanging of the fucking hammer on an anvil, and you hear what?
No, continue.
So you just hear this clanging sort of from all around you, and it starts sort of coming closer and closer and closer. Additionally, as that's happening, I cast light on a stone, and I walk to the center of the gravesite, and the clanging, I sync up my walking forward and my placing of the stone with the centralization of the clanging sound, and as I get to the center and I place the stone down, you hear the clanging coming from the center, and I kind of step back and I give a little nod towards Flint.
And I flick my hand, say a couple of incantations, and the anvil appears. I'll try to give it like a woof, like it starts showing up from the bottom and it appears upward.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you hear like a very big, like the sort of thunderous clang right in the center, and then unless anyone has any final words, that will conclude the ceremony.
The dragon's kind of watching as all this occurs, and looks to Gil, and says, "Dwarven." This is in the language. And you just get Dwarven Smiths. Never thought they'd be showmen. Looks back at Carrick, and just gives like a graceful kind of like nod, appreciative.
Flint, at the prompt of the last words, Flint says, "I didn't know you. Didn't get the chance to, but I do know that your work lives on your writings, the ones we currently have, and maybe they can fit a better purpose and achieve greatness on their own. I would pour you a drink, but I don't have any on."
the when you say that, now the dragon's looking at you, and he just kind of smirks and like almost. This is the first time you almost see him chuckle. Like he almost laughs when you say the part about a drink.
I thought I would pour a drink for this dude, but I don't have any. Really don't have.
Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious. So he looks appreciative, but he just looks like that. Like the look on his face is like that was ridiculous. But he's like, okay,
well, they tried.
This is the religion. Like that, he's gonna accept it. He's like let go whatever Gil said to him. He just looks like he's kind of glad this is all over.
I take back my vestments and incense from Abot.
Gil feels like he did greatness.
Must Abot, we might have some things that you still need to learn. That aren't necessarily academic in nature.
He did his best.
Not saying he didn't.
I'm still confused as to the purpose of this funeral. Normally it is to honor the dead, though he was our enemy.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure either.
But this kills
okay, let's get ready to get out! Okay, everybody get your stuff together, we're gonna get on the horses!
Alright. So you guys finished this ceremony, and you start packing up the horses. Kira, you kind of came out of the woods, and you saw all this start to occur pretty much immediately as you came out of the woods, or I guess the northern part of the jungle. I should call it a woods. You had just seen those tracks, and then you just see this like ridiculous ceremony occurring. Do you say anything, or do you just kind of take in what's going on?
She's just looking around like, what in tarnation?
Okay. So you...
Hey, Kara, did you find anything?
I found some tracks that looked similar to something I've seen before, but they're going to the east. I do want to check them out, but right now isn't the time.
Seems good. Let's head out.
Okay. So you guys pack your things and you mount the horses. So there's 3 horses. How are you guys splitting up amongst them? There are, including the priest, there are the 5 of you, and then the 2 Dragonborn. How are you guys doing this?
I'll walk.
Okay.
Abot's going to walk as well.
I just want to say to Kira, as we're riding at some point, I just want to randomly mention and be like, that went rather well compared to previous ceremonies that I've been taking a part in.
Kira, like,
and that's all I say. I don't say anything else.
Okay.
Just, he's been a part of other ceremonies.
Okay.
God, he's so good at flirting. I just don't understand.
I don't even... That was flirting?
I don't know.
It definitely wasn't flirting. I was doing that. I was doing that for outside reasons that aren't part of the game currently.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if you were insinuating something with ceremonies or not. It's just this. Anytime Gil talks to Kira,
So you.
This guy married? He married?
I'm confused. Okay.
So, anyways, you guys start making your way through the jungle to the north. Kira, you know from what you followed is you guys are basically walking along the tracks. You walk for a ways, kind of just following these tracks to the north, and then you get to a point after about 2 hours or so where they kind of break off to the east. As you continue to walk through the jungle, you walk for another hour, and again you're taking in the surroundings and noticing the vibrant colors of the jungle and the leaves and how they shift from purple to green to orange back down to yellow and red. What are you guys doing as you're traveling? Carrick, we'll start with you.
I saddle over towards Flint. Do you still have the head of that beast?
The one you asked me to carry? Yeah, I do.
I've in our ride, I've had some time to reflect. It is possible that perhaps if we were to combine it with this vine, we could potentially use it to our advantage.
Certainly. Do you want to use it now?
I mean, it's yours.
I take it out and I give it to him. If you can use it, use it. I have no needs for trophies.
No. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm saying you could potentially wield it as a weapon.
Oh, yeah, no, then definitely take it if you're gonna make something. I apologize. Misunderstood your meaning.
I just fucking like attach the vine to the head. I don't know. It's a grasping vine.
Yeah. So you take the head out, right, and you actually have a whole head, and you see this vine. If you're gonna try and make a weapon out of this, you have to remove the beak from the head of the creature, and then somehow get this vine around the beak. From what you've learned of how the beak works, and from what Abot's told you, you know that pretty much if you wrap this vine around in such a way, the vine would turn to stone and basically make a handle of what would be essentially a beak with a handle hanging off of it. So you'd have to remove the beak from the head.
Can't do it while riding.
You could try.
Roll an athletics check.
I mean, it seems like that would be something. It seems like something that would be very hard.
We're
yeah.
going to a blacksmith village.
Well, we're going to a dragon village.
Yeah, but he said that they have like a bunch of blacksmithing stuff.
Yeah, but you're
Your
not.
god is a blacksmith god.
Yeah.
So, I feel like I don't know if that was that in character or out of character.
It's up to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
In like Flynn.
Doesn't matter.
Master Abot, I kind of point, like, I do like I point my finger to his head and back to my head.
Yes, Derek.
Okay. I kind of just do it again.
What? He's giving you a confused glance.
You're pointing at his head and then pointing back at your own head?
Yeah, like, not like point, but like my hand is staying static and I'm kind of going back and forth. And I'm like tapping the side of my head.
That's need to do telepathy, Avon.
Everybody's just watching you point at your heads back and forth.
You have a headache? You want me to find some herbs for you?
Derek,
Hey, this is an awakened mind.
I cannot read your own mind. It is a faulty form of communication. I can only communicate ideas to you.
I just audibly say fuck.
Next time, use your words.
Gil just kind of shakes his head again and just wonders, like, "Ooh, man."
Very well.
So
I say-
am curious. For the funeral, was that your own plan or Gil's?
I disregard. I don't answer him. I simply respond with, actually, oh, excuse me, just slipped my mind. Sorry.
Gil
How
just proudly
quickly-
interrupts and says, "Mine," and kind of like gives a little head bob when Ava asked.
That is good to know.
How quickly are we moving?
Fairly leisurely pace. Your horses are not galloping or running.
Yeah, a lot of us are walking.
Yeah, some of you are walking alongside the horses, holding the reins, so you're not moving very fast. Kind of walking through the jungle.
Master Smith.
Looks at you from atop of one of the horses.
Is there anything that we can discuss en route, or is it all practical?
Oh yeah, this whole time I've been reading the book too.
Okay. So he, in his own way, says that there is, at the village, they have always been blacksmiths. They've always worshipped Kothar. He tells you that below the oasis, on the bed of the lake, is an ore that they mine and use to make weapons greater than the common iron that's found throughout the land. He tells you of different techniques that he'll have to show you in order for you to best understand. Gil, there are intricate, as you read some pages of the book, you've already read like the first 5 pages, you dive deeper, and as you're saying this, it's kind of resonating with you because you've learned of different types of ore throughout the land. Commander's journal actually says where these different types of ore are. And also he begins to talk about in the journal different blacksmithing techniques used by different races. You're maybe 15 or so pages in as you've been reading. You haven't gotten very far. So Captain, he continues to tell you about the ore and the oasis and essentially his home. Are you asking any questions or?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know if you were saying anything else. It sounds lovely. What makes one leave?
In that same tone, the commander years ago had been conscripted and found by the Shalinstians, and Gil has been, as this has all been saying, Gil's been translating all of this. And basically what he tells all of you is that it's become essentially a rite of passage to serve at the armory under the forward spear of the Shalinstian Empire. All of the dragons of this village eventually serve at the armory as a way to make themselves likely to achieve greatness the way Commander List was on track to. Kothar had begun speaking directly into the mind of commander list as he rose through the ranks of the Shalinstian Empire. And this village is basically, they become essentially mercenaries to the Shalinstian Empire, and they serve at this armory so they can still be close to home. It's part of kind of the deal that the Empire has made with this almost city-state of a village. He explains that they don't necessarily care about the prosperity of the Shalinstian Empire or the ways of the Empire. This is a way for them to serve their god by achieving greatness. Great, and as he told you back when you originally interrogated him, he's bringing you there and agreed to help you because greatness is not necessarily tied to the Shalinstians. Greatness can be defined many ways. And again, it's all in kind of like broken English and broken translation from Gil to you, but that's the gist you get.
Yeah.
I guess I should say broken common.
Damn, Gil's quite the multitasker right now. He's trying to read a book. He's translating for a
He's
conversation
reading quite
with someone.
slow. He's paying attention, jumping in and out. You guys have been traveling for another hour or so at this point through all that conversation.
I kind of, just after all that, I just kind of nod and I say, thank you. Thank you. And I start just kind of praying for a little bit.
I need somebody in the group to roll a perception check.
Kira?
Sarah, yeah.
I ain't paying attention to shit right now. I know that much.
My perception isn't great, but okay.
You're the ranger.
While they're talking and have been talking, could Abot have started ritual casting comprehend languages?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Wait, you know that?
I learned it last night, yes.
Oh, shit.
What'd you get?
18.
So as you all hear this, have been traveling, they're in the middle of this, or I guess towards the end of this conversation. Kira, two things. You note that you've kind of been paying attention to it, and that you can see the tracks just off of the trail, and you're about at that point where they begin to break off to the east in the opposite direction of you, and you hear, all of you, very faintly, this high-pitched howl from the east. Kira, make an insight check, please. Flint,
Insight, okay.
Abot, Kira, you know that this is the howl of a wolf.
Okay.
11.
Gil and Carrick, this is just like the howl that you heard the night where you were on the ship back in Carnig, and you heard that pack of howls. You were told that that's the sound of a wolf. You kind of inference that that's the same.
Take out my shield and a bit.
Kira, what did you roll?
11.
Through your knowledge of the different ways that wolves communicate, and you've heard in hunting, this is the howl of despair, pain, almost even sadness.
Oh, I want to go check that out really bad.
Then go check it out.
Okay, how far away is it coming from?
You, based on your experience as a tracker, that howl is about an hour away, hour and a half away.
Damn, that's a loud-ass wolf. An hour away?
Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of howling, is it can be heard as far as fuck as possible.
An hour away, though?
I mean, it is a forest. It's hard
Hour
to...
and a half.
You can't just...
It's a jungle, actually.
Yes.
Disorder.
Also,
Jungle.
Kira, you do
Everywhere.
know, Kira, just based on your knowledge of wolves and the types of wolves that you know, right? Wolves should not be in this, what's the word I'm looking for?
Jungle? Biome?
Biome,
Territory?
yes, biome.
Thanks, Minecraft. Okay, I turned to the group. Listen, I saw these tracks earlier, and a while back when we were traveling to Runtus, I saw a wolf that I thought had antlers, and I saw similar tracks. So would you guys mind if we went and checked out that howling? 'Cause wolves should not be in this territory. That doesn't make sense.
I'll be fully frank. I have been traveling the world to see new wonders. I've had a couple of shitty weeks. I don't mind looking for a wonder. For me, it's fun.
I would immeasurably appreciate checking this out.
Alright.
So you
Gil
guys,
hops off the
That
horse
way.
and starts walking.
so you guys kind of redirect the horses, and Kira, you can see the tracks just off of where you are. You begin following them very close. You travel for about an hour. Flint, what were you about to say? Flint?
I didn't
Rumpus?
say anything, sorry.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
How long has it been since we started this session?
Since you
Or
started
like,
the session,
Like in game, like since
you guys have been
we-
traveling for about 3 hours.
How long did we spend dicking about with the funeral and Abot talking to Flint and all that?
That was probably
Probably
an
more.
hour or so.
Does that mean I get my short rest?
You guys are all getting a short rest, yes.
Wonderful.
Lit. Oh, guess what? I actually get shit on short rest now.
Yeehaw.
Fucking bastard.
So, you guys continue to make your way through the jungle, again, vibrantly colored. As you kind of travel deeper in this direction, it's been about 45 minutes, the vibrant colors of the jungle are giving way to dark, almost decrepit trees. It's starting to look more and more like the swamp that you traveled in earlier on your way to Runtus originally. You continue to go and as you...
we're moving,
Yep, go ahead.
as we're moving through, does Eldritch Sight pick up any magical presence?
It does.
Oh boy!
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Gil, as we're going, Gil just adjusts on his horse's seat and a lot, and just goes, "Is anyone else's ass hurt?"
No.
No.
Warren's
Mine
asses are very
certainly
sturdy.
does not.
So, you do feel that presence, Abot. And as you get closer, the trees are giving way. The vibrant colors are again giving way to this decrepit, almost swamp-like atmosphere. There begins to be this blue haze kind of floating out in front of you. But deeper within it, and as you kind of walk out further, there's some kind of white light from this deeper within that haze. You continue to walk closer, and you're now on the edge of a clearing where the trees give way, and at the center of this clearing is a
this looks
extremely large white crystal. There's
This map is meh.
Wait, are these trees taken from fuck, what's it called? Survive Together? Or whatever?
No.
No, I think it's
Those-
just Incarnate. It looks really good.
And again, there's this blue haze in this clearing. You see that the blue haze is originating from different, almost as large as the trees, mushrooms dispersed out. In the haze, you see we keep spinning the thing around.
I was trying to spin the tokens, I'm sorry.
In the haze, you see dead trees all at the center, closest around the mushrooms. You see from the large crystal in the center, what looks to be vines running out to each of the mushrooms. The vines curl up around the mushrooms, almost trying to strangle them. And you see directly around that crystal that white aura, that white radiance is pushing the fog away and trying to dissipate the fog from the center. Inside... What was that?
Can I use Slayer's Eye?
Yes. What are you looking for?
The mushrooms.
Those are monstrosities. They are very much... They are very much like the mushrooms that you remember seeing down in the swamp to the south. This crystal at the front is something else in entirety. It does not give off the same aura. It gives off something almost fighting those mushrooms. Directly next to the crystal is well, first of all, there are trees sprouting out to life, very small, looks like they're newborn trees, sprouting out to life. Directly next to it is a multicolored flower, a bulb, fairly large, about the size of probably Gil. And there are different colored leaves, kind of with this bulb closed. There's green, yellow, and red leaves, kind of, again, making up the bulb. Are you guys gonna get closer, or what are you guys doing?
No, I put a hand out to tell everyone to stay back. No, stay back.
What is this?
You said that Eldritch Satan picked up magic.
Yes.
Where was it from? A specific location?
Yes.
Is it just ambient
all
around?
around the crystal in the center and around that multicolored flower.
Is there any concentration of it, or is it
that
just
concentration
ambient?
is the crystal?
Okay. Is there any specific school that it is a part of, or is it just magic generally?
Just a magic aura. You're not sure.
Okay.
Those mushrooms, they're monstrosities. Just a heads up.
They seem to be strangled. This is wondrous, by the way.
It's very pretty. It's like the crystal is trying to fight mushrooms.
Or maybe absorbing things from them, though.
Maybe, but to me it feels like they're trying to fight them off. Destroy them.
Well, maybe we should... I don't know. I really want to examine this further.
Sorry, why?
Because a gigantic crystal in the middle of the forest. Look at it, it's magic.
Yeah.
This is why I came out of the mountain. I just wanted to see things like this. All I got to see was misery and assholes.
Where's the wolf?
Yeah, where's the wolf?
So
do we
you
stop
see
here?
the tracks leading from about where you're standing all the way directly up, directly to the crystal.
Do we still hear the howling?
Nope.
Okay.
How far away are we from the closest mushroom?
Maybe like 3 minutes of walk. Like you're fairly close. You're not far at all.
It's like maybe 300 feet.
Yeah.
The football field.
We should approach it with carefulness, but we definitely should, right?
I mean, why?
Because it's a gigantic crystal in the middle of nowhere. If there's something that's worth figuring out,
It's also in
Everything we
Shalinsk.
know about... Yeah, but everything we know about the Shalinstians is that they use crystals to their advantage. Maybe we could use this one to ours.
Carrick begrudgingly sort of nods his head and...
Could I use my Slayer's Eye to point out to the group where all of the sentient mushrooms are?
You don't know that they're sentient, but you do know they're monstrosities.
Yeah, the monstrosity ones.
Yeah,
The
so
regular
you
mushrooms.
can, and as you do that and kind of point them all out, you see that they are what's originating this blue-purple haze, right? So, can I draw on this?
damn it.
My bad.
You could
cannot.
put tokens.
Oh, I can't draw on this. Okay, yeah. I can do that.
Oop. Oh lord.
Oh my.
So is there a reason you're using bad guy tokens, or is it just...
No, it's
They're
just what I had.
monstrosities.
But they are monstrosities.
That's the aura, right?
That is,
Or-
those are individual I missed one. See this one right up here? He's hiding up there. I missed it.
Okay. Wait, what's my spell called? I would like to use detect poison / disease
Ooh.
myself.
So, in a 5 to 20, or 5 to 20? So we'll say 15-foot radius, give or take, depending on the size of the mushroom, there is a poisonous aura around it.
Gross. Okay.
It seems to be that aura is what's killing all the trees in the general area around each mushroom.
Okay. The mushrooms are poisonous, so I would recommend not breathing in their
I missed a few.
fumes.
Missed quite a
Well,
few.
I mean, I believe several of us have ways to dispatch with these things from range.
I agree.
And they're weak to fire,
done
right,
that.
Frank? With my Slayer's Eye? I know
They
that
are
you're
weak to
vulnerable.
fire. They're susceptible to fire.
Okay.
Yes.
I just say to the group, if we can get close enough, I can deroot one of these mushrooms and see if that has an effect on them.
Well,
Try.
before...
Just for... Oh,
Oh
Well-
shit, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Can you rewind, I guess?
How could you?
rewinding will fix it, yeah.
Okay, thank you, sorry.
I'll lock that.
Just don't touch the board like a heathen.
So, just for clarification, are the roots and vines coming from the crystal and choking out the mushrooms, or is it the other way around?
That's... I mean, what you see, right? I'll describe what you see, is there is a root, a vine, running from the crystal to each mushroom. The vine then goes up around the mushroom, basically squeezing it.
Do we see where the vine enters into the crystal, or does it just go below ground right next to it?
It dives underground, and then runs up, and you see like the crystal, and you see the vines kind of coming up at the base, and then digging into the crystal itself.
Okay.
Kira, would you be opposed to destroying one of the vines for an initial test?
Maybe not destroying, but we could try to mess with it, yeah. Also, the mushrooms are vulnerable to fire.
I assume everything in this forest is.
That's fair.
Before, when we were walking with the group of littles, there was a group of mushrooms that I think were following us. So these things, I think they can move.
Abot's
So-
going to attempt to awaken mind one of them, so it works if they share a language, but if they don't, then it has no effect.
So
Or if they're just not sentient.
So you try to use an awakened mind on one of these, and all you get in response is this low hum.
Is this distinct from communicating to something like an animal that doesn't have a language, or is it
This is something else.
Okay.
Just this low, constant hum.
Can I use primeval awareness on one of the mushrooms?
Okay, what does that do?
It says I can read mood, intent, emotions, needs, etc.
From what? Of what?
of a beast that I have not attacked within the last 10 minutes.
This is not a beast.
It's a monstrosity.
It's a monstrosity.
Okay.
Does
Well,
it say-
says per 3. I sense the number, general direction, distance, and type of favored enemy.
Hold on 1 second. Prime, evil,
Those are
awareness.
two
Here,
separate.
I can copy and paste.
Yeah.
Those are
Two separate
things.
features. So the first one applies to anything. The second one has to be a beast, which you read the emotions of, and intent and whatnot.
Okay.
Kira, is there poison within the cloud?
I think the cloud might be the poison.
I
And
do,
like 20-foot radius around each mushroom is like a poisonous spore cloud.
I do not have lungs, so I do not inhale poison. If you would like a closer examination, I could provide one.
Carrick starts walking closer to one of these mushrooms.
Okay. How close?
He's 80 feet away, and he fires a crossbow bolt.
At one of the mushrooms?
Yeah.
Okay, roll an attack.
Is that cocked?
That's cocked.
Yeah, okay. That's a natural 2-0.
Okay, that hits.
Oh boy.
Alright. So
I'm really digging this music.
an 8 and a 6 plus 2, I think. So
Roll it
16. I did.
again? Oh, okay.
16 damage. So you
Yes.
fire a crossbow.
Piercing, if it matters.
Yep. And it pierces through, goes through the other side. The mushroom just kind of begins to wither, but the vine restricting it squeezes tighter as it kind of gives way. But as it does, it squeezes, and a puff of that purple cloud. The cloud gets thicker. The mushroom itself kind of goes limp, but is still being held by that vine, and it's just the vine gets a chance to squeeze even tighter. And you see kind of just deflate.
So, was that good or bad?
I think that might have been good.
The cloud's still there.
I want to get within 30 feet of the cloud, or one of these mushrooms,
Mhm.
and I just want to use mold earth to completely cover the mushroom.
So
In
you're
the ground around it.
Yep, so you're able to do that, so you just put all the dirt on top of it and totally, completely, and utterly cover the mushroom. The cloud is still there, but it seems to be getting thinner.
All right.
Can you use Gust, Gil, to try and blow it away?
So if you guys want, I can do this to any mushroom we need, and and then I, as an example, cast Gust as I'm saying it, and visually give them a representation of me blowing away this cloud.
Okay. So you basically cover this mushroom, and you gust the cloud, and you basically are able to clear a path. You kind of the smog gets thicker over here, but this area seems clear, except let me actually fix that.
Yeah, I'm just
Clear out this
gonna
area.
go around. I'm just gonna go around and cover a shit ton of mushrooms up. But I'm gonna make the earth around it noticeable, so people can see that they're obvious landmines.
Wait, hang on. Kira said that there were mushrooms following the group. I don't know what covering them in dirt is going to do if these can walk.
Well, they seem to be stopped.
I
It's like they're
believe.
hibernating or something.
Yeah, and I believe we should. If you want to inspect the crystal, I think that's a unwise idea, but it would be even more unwise to simply temporarily disarm these things to simply eliminate them.
Can we try setting one on fire?
I have no way of doing that.
I mean, I have a tinderbox.
I'm afraid I don't have any fire-based attacks either.
I mean,
would be able to light one on fire, though not from a range.
I mean, I can light something on fire from range.
Hey Frank.
Yeah.
Could I light
missed
an
some mushrooms.
arrow? Could I light an arrow on fire and shoot a mushroom?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. Keep getting the board backwards because the map is different than it usually is. Hold on. What is my intelligence? +0, because I'm stupid.
Nice.
So there's just your average.
We don't have any wizards.
Yeah, I'm negative on
I
intelligence.
have like a 15 on my intelligence.
You're able to
16.
light an arrow on fire.
Nice. Okay.
It'll do an extra 1d6 fire damage.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna shoot. Ah, jeez. I kind of want to shoot this one, but I don't want it to light the weird flower
So
thing
I just
on
want to
fire.
be clear. This one is covered. This
Yeah.
one is deflated.
Yeah, he's
But
dead.
the cloud is thicker there.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the deflated one. See what happens.
Okay. So you release the arrow, and as it goes into the cloud, the whole cloud just erupts into a giant explosion, blowing up. The cloud in that area is dissipated. The mushroom is disintegrated, and that area is clear of poison.
Does it cause a chain reaction like throughout the entire area?
This one is covered, and it does not. The fog is not thick enough here around these two, but you think that the closer of the mushrooms could set off a chain reaction, but you would be damaging the jungle in the process.
So no shooting to the mushrooms.
How close is the closest one?
It's the next one. The next closest one is probably closest to the group. Is this one over here on the edge of the jungle?
How far away is it?
Maybe another 150, 200 feet.
Abot's just gonna start walking towards it.
What happened to the vine?
I go to Abot and I give him a vial and I say, "Hey, if you can mind, would you collect one for me?"
Yes, I will do such a thing.
Okay. What happens to the vine is when that explosion comes, it happens in a blink of an eye. Kira, you're the only person that catches it. The vine retracts extremely fast back into the ground and then slithering all the way back to the crystal.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, so it looks like the vines are trying to fight the mushrooms. Because the vine just went back inside the crystal.
Or these mushrooms are a defense mechanism of the crystals. I mean, look, if you didn't want somebody fucking with you, put poison around.
Tell me when Abot gets to the mushroom, by the way.
Hey, but you've been walking. They're debating. You're a couple feet away from the mushroom at this point.
All right. When we're closer, what does the mushroom look like?
So you get close. They're very large. They're almost as tall as you, Abot. This one in particular. Some of them, as you look out into the jungle, are almost as tall as the trees themselves. But again, these trees are withered compared to the jungle that you just came from. They have a red cap with white polka dots all over them, and a strong, sturdy, almost like milky white base kind of stalk holding it out of the ground. But again, there's a brown vine entangled around, and it's squeezing tight on the mushroom.
Abot's going to pull out his. Where's? Oh, I guess I only have a mace. So he's going to use his shield as a pseudo shovel and try to dig up around the roots of this mushroom.
As soon as I see that, can I just mold earth the dirt away that he's trying to get at?
So you're trying to remove the roots? You're trying to dig up the mushroom?
He's trying to dig up to like see where the roots are.
What's
right?
the
He's, like,
range on
trying to-
mold earth?
30 feet.
You're not within range. You'd have to go into the blue cloud. Do you want to follow him in?
I mean, I can
He's
do gust to blow everything away, right?
You could blow it, but you would be blowing the cloud farther into the jungle. If you're cool with that, then yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk up to the cloud and you cast gust.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep casting gust to get close enough.
So as you blow the poison out into the jungle, you immediately see the trees that were once healthy start to wither and become decrepit. And again, you guys hear this. The moment that happens, though, you hear this blood-curdling howl from the crystal, and it just echoes through your ears. I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
Including A-Bot?
Including A-Bot, he has ears. Or at least he can hear.
Constitution, you said?
Yes.
Is this my chance against being frightened?
No. It's Constitution, not Charisma.
I got a 15.
Well, because as a halfling I get advantage against being frightened, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, no, it's not frightened.
Oh. I'm upside down. Here's my dice.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was a poison effect or if it was like a hearing thing.
Gonna rattle your gears.
Yikes, I got a 9.
Okay.
And that's with being proficient in Constitution.
Carrick, what did you get?
I got a big old 9.
A 9 and... So who got below a 15? Go that way.
I got a 15. 8%.
I got a... Oh, wait.
Who got below a 15?
Just Captain.
Carrick and Gil.
Oh, and Gil.
Those... Carrick and Gil, you are now deafened. You take 2 points of damage. You can no longer hear.
Okie
Does
dokie.
it stop screaming at one point, or is it just a continuous
It's
howl?
just blaring in your ears. Right now.
God fucking damn it!
Okay,
Kira,
I guess it doesn't like that.
This is the same, that sorrowful, painful cry that you heard earlier. And you saw it occur the moment that Gil blasted the poison farther into the jungle, and you saw those trees begin to wither.
Am I able to... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that I go to Gil and I grab him.
Well, I was gonna say, am I able to position myself to blow that poison cloud back to where it originally was? Away from the trees?
You could run. It would take you 5 minutes or so. Like, you'd have to run all the way around it, through the jungle, back, and then blow it back the other way. I think the damage is done. But you could try.
Wait, Gust... How far does Gust go?
Well, you're
5 minutes?
But you're not. You're blowing gas. You're not. It's like you're blowing wind, right? You're.
I guess. Alright, well...
I mean, you are.
I'll leave it be.
So A-Bot's just going to continue to try to dig away at the earth that surrounds the mushroom and the roots.
So
he's going to try to preserve as much as possible.
So Gil,
but if the roots
that
are too
mushroom that you just blew the gas out from around is now clear if you want to get closer and cast your mold.
Yeah, I'll cast Mold Earth to pull it out of the ground.
So you do that, it actually removes just removes the soil, right? It doesn't actually pull it out of the ground. As you guys kind of look down in this 5-foot cube that you've removed, you see almost like a humanoid-looking creature under the dirt. Again, you see the vine running from under the ground up and basically strangling this mushroom that's part of this thing's head. You see it there. It almost just looks incapacitated, just kind of hanging there now by the vine.
A-Bot's going to just walk over to the vine and put a lot of pressure, like thrust his weight onto it to try to crush it and snap the vine off.
So you're gonna try and break the vine off of the...
Yes.
Yeah, Captain Carrick is actually deafened right now. He can't hear anything. Okay. So you go and you grab the vine, and do you just rip it in half, or like what are you trying to break it?
He just steps on it. Like, he's just using the side of his foot to try to just crush this vine under 380 pounds.
Yeah, so you're able to just take the vine in one hand, take the vine in the other, and rip it in half. As you do that,
okay.
Is that what you do?
Yes.
As you do the end that was like wrapped around the mushroom's like top instantly begins to wither and die. The vine on the other side connected back to the crystal just slithers back towards the crystal. The mushroom, now in this 5-foot hole, the humanoid figure attached to it, begins to like slowly, it looks like it's coming out of a trance, and it begins to move. It's in this 5-foot hole, and it starts to like take in its surrounding and to look at you. What are you doing?
Hello, I am Abot.
He's going to communicate this in Awakened Mind.
As
it works.
As you do that, as you awaken mind, you start that humming that you heard earlier when you starts to be that same tone, that same hum, but just in all different pitches and all over the place. Just it's almost overwhelming. And it sounds like whatever this is trying to make a connection with something. You're not sure what. It starts to writhe and twist, and then it looks up at you, and now it's starting to try to dig its way out of the hole to get to you. Gil, you're watching this as well.
By the way, I was approaching because of Gil.
What was
How
that?
large is this?
Hold on one
Sorry,
second. Flint, what did you say?
I said that I was approaching because I saw I was going for Gil to help him.
Yeah, so you get to the point where you're grabbing on Gil as you see this, and this thing's starting to writhe in the hole. You guys are, I'm assuming you guys have all walked over and you're all seeing this.
Do I see any emotions on his face, or that I could recognize?
Not that you could recognize, you don't know what, it's not very humanoid.
Abot's going to motionlessly let it crawl towards him. Or at him.
You're all standing there at this point. Are you guys are just letting this thing crawl to you?
Yeah, I have a shield on, but I don't have a weapon on.
Alright, so this thing's getting closer and closer to you. It's basically about to grab Abot.
I'd shoot
it
it.
Making motions? Is it making motions to grab Abot?
It's coming at Abot, like it's gonna grab him.
I shoot it!
Okay, I put myself in front of Abot with the shield up.
Oh, Abot's like positioning himself so he's between it and the party. Like
it seems like you and Gil or Flint are doing contradictory things.
Right, so you guys are fighting each other, trying to be closer to the thing. Kira, I know you're gonna shoot it.
Abot was putting himself backwards, and Flint was putting himself
You're
forward.
both trying to touch the thing, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
So you're fighting each other trying to touch this thing, is what I'm getting.
If Flint makes a motion to move in front of Abot, then Abot's just gonna let Flint go in front of him.
Okay.
Flint is trying to protect Abot, not going for it. I asked if you were making motions if he was making motions like to grab Abot, he would put himself in front of him. And so to try to bash it with a shield back.
Okay, so you're gonna attack it.
I'm putting myself in, and if he keeps coming at me, then yeah.
Okay. So you basically push Abot out of the way. Kira, make an attack roll, please.
Okay.
Carrick is yelling, I can't fucking hear! I told you this was stupid!
I'm trying to remember how to add my shit for monstrosities.
It's on damage. It's a +2 on that.
Okay. Okay, so 11 to hit.
That does not hit. So you fire an arrow.
Shit.
But it whiffs and it hits just like in the hole next to it. Gil, it's now climbing out of the hole and it's trying to grab your ankles.
My ankle?
Sorry, Flint. I'm sorry. Flint was closest to it.
I'm just yelling "kill it" over and over again.
I can't hear you, so I'm just kind of like...
Yeah, Gil is deaf, Carrick's deaf.
Do I
Why
see,
are we
like, her
killing
panic,
him?
though?
It's trying to attack you, Abot!
I'm doubtful that it will kill me in a single blow. I'm curious if it is grasping at me to do damage or for a different purpose. Its mind is trying to latch onto something.
I'm also like pretty experienced in combat. Does his motions look aggressive at all?
I don't.
Or can I at least sense some kind of aggressiveness coming out?
I don't think it's like something that you can tell, right?
I think like
It's trying to grab you.
To get up is different.
Yeah.
From
It's
trying
in
to
a
grab
hole.
you to
It
pull
can't
down.
reach you. It's trying to grab you. It's trying to grab your ankles. You
I
can.
guess
Okay, it's like in The Walking Dead. If there's a zombie in a hole and it's like looking up at you and waving its arms around, it's trying to get you.
well, right, but there's a difference between like a baby reaching for its mother and like a zombie reaching for prey. I think that's what
It doesn't.
he's
It doesn't
asking.
have a smile on its face. Does
All
that
right,
make you feel better?
I cast Mage Hand right in front of. I cast Mage Hand right in front of this thing. Does it try to grab the hand?
No, it's not paying any attention to the mage hand.
Okay.
I mean, Abot's basically willing
No,
to
it's not.
go, hey, this thing is either going to attack me or it's going to do something else. Abot's just curious. He doesn't really give a shit.
Like, I know Flint is curious too. Like, his whole thing is, holy shit, this is creepy and high, and I like this. As he's grabbing me, hey, Flint is gonna do something backwards. Like, as soon as he puts a hand up, because Flint is pretty fucking strong, he's gonna put his hand downwards and pull him up.
Wait, say that again. You're gonna put Abot in the hole?
No, I'm gonna pull the mushroom upward. It doesn't make any sense.
What if it makes
Right,
it the other one? I have to fight like 50 fucking mushrooms.
So
That's
It's
you
not pick, like, hand
you
is
gr- so you
grasping
grab it?
upward. Yeah,
is what you're
and
saying.
pull
So
it
you're gonna
upward.
grab it by the head and you're gonna pull it up.
By his hand, yeah.
So you grab it by the hand, and as you do that, I need you to make a strength check.
It's gonna pull you in.
Because,
So
because
he
this is
immediately
technically a
just-
grapple, but it could it be athletics?
Gonna chomp you.
It's a athletics check. I'm sorry.
Okay.
missed
Okay.
it.
Look, if it's stupid, if it ends up being stupid, I'll take full responsibility. But I want to check it out. It's curiosity.
Flint rolls too high, just rips off this thing's arm.
Nope, natural one, baby.
It rolled a 6.
What's your modifier? You're pretty fucking strong.
It's
87.
a 7, so it's an 8.
So as you grab its arm, it pulls you and you tumble down into the hole. As soon as that happens, it releases a cloud of spores all around you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
This is. God damn it.
Why did Abot was just trying to grab
Jesus, I am rolling really badly. 11.
You are now stunned.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So you guys see him get pulled into the hole, and then this cloud of spores just kind of fill the 5-foot cube. Flint immediately standing there kind of just goes limp and leans against the hole. Flint, you're incapacitated.
No, I shoot the mushroom.
Okay, make another attack.
Okay.
Gil, Carrick, what are you guys doing? You're just watching this fucking shit show?
How? Over what period of time has this happened?
This has happened all over the course of like 6 seconds.
Right, exactly. I feel like Carrick's still fucking like grasping his ears because he's
Yeah.
fucking deaf.
Yeah.
Like he's still reeling from that shit.
You guys just got like discombobulated from that screeching howl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Abot,
Maybe in like another round he'll be kind of good to go.
Okay.
Abot reaches into the hole and just tries to lift this thing up away from Flint.
No, get Flint.
Okay.
Well, Flint's
so
on the ground, right? It's like
it's in a
lower?
5-foot hole in the ground. Flint's now down there with it. He just got hit by like a spore or something.
Gil's going to use mold earth to bring that 5-foot hole up to the surface level
Okay.
and just push it all up.
Okay. So it comes up.
By
And
hole.
so now it's at your level. As that happens, Kira, what did you roll for your attack?
17.
That hits. Roll damage.
Great. 5.
Okay, so that happens. You shoot an arrow into, like, basically as it's rising into the top of it, it, like, writhes back and forth, and as it does that, it's basically what you see are hands and fingers. It almost looks like a human, except this mushroom on its head. It buries into Flint's face, and you see their fingers begin to elongate into long vines and start to shoot down into Flint's mouth. And Flint,
Jesus.
you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
That's hot.
These tentacles are now bearing down into Flint's chest. What are you guys doing?
Abot, no hesitation at all, grabs Flint and just starts to yank him away from this thing.
Okay, make a grapple check.
Can I?
Make a what check?
Grapple check. Now you and this thing are about to start fighting over Flint.
Can I, as he's pulling him away, lightning lure the mushroom and pull in the opposite direction?
So you would know that if you use a lightning spell, like here, it is now touching the inside of Flint. You're probably gonna electrocute them both. Just saying, you would know that. So
It was 17.
right, you know bodies are conductive. So
They axe the fingers.
Like Jesse McCartney, you're speaking his body language.
Alright, so I rolled a 17 on that
yeah.
grapple
So you
check, but
grab him and you start pulling him away, and basically it's like when you're in the hospital and they pull the fucking tube out of your throat.
It's not the greatest feeling.
Flint is still incapacitated. You pull him off in the opposite direction. So, Gil, you said you were doing something?
Well, yeah, I was gonna lightning lure, but now that he's away, can I? I just kind of think to myself, I just say, "Mom, I could really use my weapon." Can I attempt to summon my fucking weapon?
Mummy,
Damn.
pass me my sword.
Basically. No. So is this thing like super small?
It's about
The mushroom.
4.5 feet tall.
Shit.
Oh
This
shit.
one's as tall
Bigger
as
than
you
most
are.
of us.
Yeah.
Damn,
Um,
okay. I thought it was this like super tiny thing. I was gonna use Mage Hand to just lift it up and like be like, "Be gone, thought."
Carrick, as this all happened, you kind of get your bearings. You see all this happening. You see Abot pull him away. What are you doing, Carrick?
Presumably I'm still deaf, yes?
You're still deaf, but you're not as like discombobulated.
Okay. You fucking idiots! And I try and cast Toll the Dead on the thing if I can see it.
Okay. Yeah, you can see it. Gil kind of raised it out of the ground by using his mold earth.
So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I believe my spell save is 14.
Oh my god.
Natural 20.
What did it roll?
Natural 20.
A 20.
God damn.
Okay,
So now-
I think that saves.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's
So,
possible.
Ava, you pull him away. Gil, Kira, you let loose an arrow into him. As you pull it away, the tentacles shoot out to like reach for Flint again. And Kira, you said you were gonna cut them with an axe.
Yeah.
Okay, you take your axe and you just bring it down, and you cut them. The thing begins to screech violently. As that happens, I need a perception check.
Oh,
Sorry, what?
I need a perception check from one of you.
I'll do it. I feel like Carrick's perceptive, except through his hearing. He's not very perceptive right now. Let me double check my
Yeah,
modifier.
it'll be a visual perception check.
That is a 17.
You notice as that happens, as that thing begins to screech, and you see it's screeching from its voice, right? Like just the way that it's reacting. You see all of the mushrooms in the general area beginning to violently shake. They're just starting to shake in every direction, like they're trying to break free of the vines. I need you guys to roll initiative.
You know what? I'd like to disagree.
Just cast silence.
By the way, am I still stunned?
Yes, you are stunned.
Alright, boys. Lucky feet.
Hey,
Let's roll a
D100. Remember when Carrick wanted to kill each and every one of them, one by one? Goddamn fucking...
Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
I need you to get my sheet out. I'm rolling a D100 because I rolled a 1 on my initiative.
Okay.
By the way, Frank, do I...
You're not
roll initiative, or do I just lose one up?
You can roll initiative. You might be able to break out of the stun, but you kind of set yourself up for this one, bud.
Oh, goody.
You said you deal with the
Yes,
consequences.
there are monstrosities.
Yeah, I just wanted to try it out. I wanted to
hear
pull
ya.
it up and see it. Like, if Flint can't, like, guess anything by looking at his attitudes, he's gonna try shit?
That's... not great.
Wait, who the fuck moved this?
I did.
thing?
I'm gonna put it back in a second.
Oh, okay. I was very confused.
Fuck, I said I was 30 feet away, too.
We're gonna have to bomb these fuckers.
By the way,
Wow.
I'm not poisoned, right? That wasn't.
No, you're not
semi-fatal
poisoned.
against the kind of- Okay.
Right before this
You are
fight,
stunned.
can we go on break? It's been 2 hours.
We're gonna in a second.
Thank
Yes,
God.
man.
You know what's cool? If you click and hold down and you highlight all the die, you can see the cumulative number of the die.
Yes.
Yup.
So there's right now all of the die on the board, from what I can tell, is 435.
Nice.
I feel like it doesn't capture all the die though. Like there's some that are in fucking A-Bot's tray that aren't highlighted, and in some other people's trays.
Oh boy.
This is why do we come here?
This
We
is my level
got...
4 encounter, Captain.
To be fair, actually, now that I think about it, I feel like Carrick wouldn't have even wanted to go to the fucking Dragon Village, but I mean, you know, hindsight's
Wait, what do you
20/20.
mean you wouldn't want to go to the Dragon Village?
Because Carrick has very specific reasons as to why he even agreed to stay in the first place and not GTFO, and learning how to blacksmith is not one of those reasons.
Well, maybe you should have thought of that, Captain.
Why are you a
What?
forge domain cleric?
What does
You
that
don't
mean?
give a fuck about anything that has to do with blacksmithing.
He has, much like anyone in the actual real life, like doctors care about saving people, they also have other shit they care about too.
Let's just heat this up. Start saying slurs at each other. Come on, this isn't aggressive as it needs to be.
You fucking short halfling, I don't know what halfling slurs are. Does anyone
For
know
all you guys know,
halfling
Kahas might be a slur.
Kahas!
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like,
Yeah,
he's calling us slurs.
Frank, what's Smith been doing this whole time?
He's been watching you guys like, what the fuck are these people doing?
Is he fucking drinking like a mojito, living his best life?
I hope he doesn't fucking die.
I
You
mean,
clowns.
oh
my
wait,
favorite
our
character.
prisoner's somewhere around here too.
Yeah, you guys left him on the
Yeah.
horse.
Oh yeah.
Chillin'.
He might take that horse and leave.
I mean,
What's stopping him from
He's
doing that?
presumably
Wait,
tied up.
we have a prisoner? I thought we didn't...
Oh my
we-
god.
Taking him to the
We're going
village.
to the village.
Oh,
village.
I thought we were... Never mind.
Alright, with that, we're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Let's just figure
Okay.
out what we're doing.
Alright.
I just
Quick
thought...
question.
I thought
Quick
he was
question.
for some reason.
This will take 3 seconds. Who has the other bomb thing?
Me!
Okay. Oh, you guys both have bombs? Cool. Okay. I'm sure Smith knows how to use those. So maybe we can use them. I will be right back.
Hilarious, guys.
Oh well, my bad.
And they don't even have Flint here to carry him.
That is my bad. Like, I was not expecting to roll so badly. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you were banking
Like,
on
this-
you were
this section
banking
I
on those
haven't
high
rolled
stats, bud.
I haven't rolled above a 10.
Yeah. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom.
Okay, okay.
I'm back. Anybody else here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yes.
This was pretty fucking silly.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to do anything. Like, I was just sitting there. I was like, I really want to do something, so I went and did it.
You don't need to apologize.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Flint can apologize, but Rapos does not need to apologize. No, this only adds for more fucking memorable drama and shit.
Yeah, no need to.
Especially if one of us die.
And we got a combat.
I mean, you had like 3 sessions of straight combat.
Yeah.
You don't
I
say.
like combat.
That's true. That's okay.
It makes up for like many sessions of no combat.
That's true. Although.
Just dropped my guitar. Fortunately, that happens on a regular basis.
So, strategies to kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 enemies.
So keep in mind,
burning hands.
keep in mind they are all still currently wrapped in the vines, so you might, like, keep that in mind.
So we just set the forest on fire. I'm all good ideas today. I'm all good ideas today. I think it's a good idea to just blow up the forest. I think I told something to Frank about this, like we were gonna burn everything to the ground and salt the earth.
You did say that. I don't know if you remember my response when you said that. Something along the lines of, that's probably not a good idea.
I'm sorry. I am still, like, it was 2 days ago, but I'm still fucking tired from all those fucking weeks that I'm going.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. You don't need to apologize.
Oops. I'm on mute. Right about.
Back. Is Soup back?
Super dupe.
No. Or no.
So, like, I'm looking at my 9th level spells.
Getting a little ahead of yourself there, bud.
Nah, I'm fucking... Can't stop me.
Turn in level 9 tomorrow.
Can't stop, won't stop. Yep. I don't know. I don't get wish.
You get mass heal, true resurrection, gate, and the weird ass one that makes you go to the ethereal plane through a cord, which I never remember the name.
Yeah, astral projection.
Yeah, as much as you want to cast wish, you're not a wizard.
Well, we're born.
By the way, a small question, Blubba. How are you ritual casting? Is it a thing that you got from Warlock?
Yeah.
Living my best life. The fuck is commune?
Oh, hey Frank.
Yes.
Oh, right.
You remember that breastplate that I got off that one guy?
Yep. Nobody fixed it for you yet.
Okay, so
I thought about it during the week and then I forgot it. I'm
So
sorry.
it has normally a breastplate gives 2 additional AC. This one would only give 1 because it's got a big fucking hole in it.
So you'd have 15 AC, I believe.
okay, 15 AC. I gotta make a note.
By the way, I'm sorry. I remembered it during the week, but then I forgot it. I was gonna say it in the initial.
We're gonna have to get old Gilla some armor as well eventually.
Didn't you get that studded leather out of the armory?
One of you guys grabbed it.
Yeah, somebody grabbed it.
Oh, probably doesn't fit though, right?
Well,
I would
that's-
assume they wouldn't have. I would assume they wouldn't have it
That's
in
it.
little size.
It at a meta level it does not fit you, but that doesn't mean that can't change.
Garrick is a blacksmith, not a tailor.
Yeah, but he has divine methods. There's also leather workers in different towns.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to like the crafting town or whatever.
Hey, I'm gonna go shopping when we get there.
Hell yeah, brother.
So your interpreter's gonna be gone. So have fun. Oh, so during our break, I went and looked in the mirror. I fucking hate this new haircut I got.
Oh, that sucks, man. That's
The first time she cut it, it looked great. This time she was too busy fucking gossiping, and
that sucks, man.
it looks
Okay,
dumb.
you say that, but literally every time you go to that hairdresser, you're like, oh my god, I hate my haircut. Every single time.
Fucking.
You gotta get a barber, dude. Go to a barber.
No, the
You
last,
see a dice
the last, huh?
I was asking Frank if Frank could make me dice jail.
You need dice?
And a dice jail. Place where I can put my shitty dice.
Here, use this empty box over here. The one that has all these random dice in it.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna put theirs. Because I have 2 dice.
I could
that
just
need to go to
delete
dice
them.
jail. No. They need to learn. They need to
Okay.
understand the wrong they've done.
Yeah, if I run out of space on David's box and my box, I'm gonna move over to the left and start using this one.
You mean when you run out of space?
I mean, we'll see.
Alright, so I'm gonna get something started while we're waiting on Soup, just to get the wheels turning a little bit. So, just a quick recap. So you guys see, again, the crystal kind of in the center of the space. You see...
Hello.
Oh, he's back,
Hello.
okay. Alright, so getting started here, jumping right into it, just giving a little recap of the situation. First of all, at meta level, any of the enemy coins that are not on the gridded space are an indeterminate amount of space away from you. They are not, it is not to scale, right? So this one, this one, this one, this one are all potentially 100 feet away, or 300 feet away, or 400 feet away. It's an indiscriminate amount. Everything on the grid, right, is that's the exact distance. Okay?
Hell yeah.
Okay, just making sure we're all clear on that. Next up, the oh, they all started wiggling and writhing, the mushrooms themselves, but they are still being constrained and restrained by the vines from the central crystal. You guys have one that was directly in front of you that Kira just severed the tentacles and it began to wither and it eventually dropped dead. There's another one, again, the mushroom is sticking out of the ground in the jungle, or the decrepit jungle, and it's, again, wiggling, trying to break out of the vine hold. As this is happening, Kira, you look back towards what you have labeled the fancy flower. And something sparks a memory for you. You remember a poem your grandmother, Murray, used to tell you each day when you woke up and met her at the kitchen table. I'm gonna send it to you now.
Okay.
Beans, they're good for your heart.
I hate you.
Something about that resonates with you in this moment. And you know that this has something to do with the situation you're currently in.
Oh, shit.
Did everybody roll initiative?
Yes.
Oh, also, I got lucky, so I need you. Whatever 95 is on my table happens.
It's not good.
Okay. What's the number?
95.
Everyone around you, within 30 feet, gain vulnerability to piercing damage for the next minute. That's not good at all.
Thanks, bitch.
Like, you could have chosen anything else.
I mean, no, it's better than fireball centered on your location.
I mean, we would all live that.
Alright. Think about it this way.
No.
My initiative's better.
Nobody cares about your initiative.
No one gives a fuck.
Okay, so with that, we're at the top of initiative. Kira, you look at that flower and you remember that poem. You guys have one free round in order. What are you doing?
Is the red the enemy?
The red is the enemy. They rolled a natural 20.
Okay, so Carrick would like to cast Bless. Carrick is going to... Let me just double check. I need to double check how many creatures. 3 creatures of your choice. Okay, so Carrick will bless himself, Kira, and Flint. So, whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw for the next minute, you get to add a d4.
Okay. Hey, bot.
Hey, Kira.
Can I steal this die?
Yes.
Thank you. Bless die.
And then Carrick will... Excuse me, he moves... How far? 25 feet? I think? 25 feet? Yeah, because we've talked about this. So Carrick's gonna move 5, 10... Like, he's gonna move 25 feet back.
Okay, so just put him off the board and we'll just keep mental note that he's 25 feet off the board.
Okay. And I'll end my turn.
Okay. Kira, you remember that poem? You know that has something to do with this moment. You recognize the way the poem is structured and that it's most definitely talking about the fancy flower. What are you doing?
Oh Lord. Okay.
You could share that poem if you would like to. It's not. Just saying. This is not. This is a team effort, but do it your way.
I share the poem. I will copy and paste it.
Oh, you gotta read it to him.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
It's such a good poem. Murray was on point.
Gosh, it's hard to alt-tab. Hold on. Okay. Alright. A daughter of Freya has but moments to spare, if alone when reborn in time of despair. The flower of Freya each petal be plucked, else child within grow twisted corrupt. Remember, my child, that when pup is found, each petal be placed to form Freya's crown. First yellow, then blue, red, more than just 2. Remember, my dear, tied tight with sinew. Firstly and lastly, there's always some green, and just like our world, we spread finely between. When wolf's life has been paid and crown has been laid, we take to our knees and ask for Huntress's aid. Now we'll copy and paste because it's a lot.
Yeah, because there's a lot of details there that need to
Yes.
be fine-tuned.
Abot just mentally translates it. He's like a printer. He just prints out pamphlets for everyone to read.
Unfortunately, Gil and Carrot can't hear this poem.
You guys are no
That's very
longer
true.
deafened.
Oh,
Okay, that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, so I recite that to
You
everybody.
do have a ringing in your ears, though.
Cool.
that's always there.
And then I point towards the big old fancy flower. Like, I think that might be relevant, and I start going that way.
Okay, also, everywhere off the board, assume is jungle.
Alright.
Okay. Can I, like, move over Flint Square?
Yeah,
that allowed?
Yeah, you can
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Boop. And can I shoot this boy?
You're gonna just shoot it? Go for it.
Yeah, why not?
Kira, I'm gonna need some background as to how exactly you grew up, that this was something that you heard every day. What?
I shrug.
It does it looks like a poem of folklore, so it makes sense. Those things get passed down.
Yeah, but every day, I mean, no inspirational messages? Go out there, go get them!
Derek, now
I mean,
is
she
not
is
the
out.
time.
Well, while she's rolling to die, it seems appropriate.
Oh yeah, I'm stunned. I mean,
Oh, can I bonus action Slayer's Eye this boy?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. Bink. Okay, and I rolled like a 24.
To hit?
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay. And what is it? Okay, 1d8 plus 4. Oh boy. Wow, neat. 5. Do I add the blessed die to that? What is this for again? Sorry.
the blessed die is for the hit.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Okay.
if you use Slayer's Eye, you add a d6 to that.
To your damage.
You are correct. You are correct. Thank you. It's rough out here, boys.
So it's 7,
Okay.
I believe, right? No, you have 3 to dexterity now, right? So that's 3 plus 2, that's 5, plus 1, 6, plus 2, 8 damage.
Oh, I gotta update my fucking cards now. Great. Okay, yep, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so how much damage are you dealing?
Great, that's how much damage am I dealing?
You're dealing 8. 1 plus 2 plus 5.
Okay. So you let loose this arrow. It takes 8 points of piercing damage. Again, it's still writhing and shaking, trying to break through this vine. And as you kind of hit it with that arrow, it lets loose a puff of denser smog around it in a 10-foot radius. The smog in that area is very dense.
I
that your
yell,
turn, Kira?
nobody go in that. And Smith, stand back. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gil, you're up. What are you doing?
Alright, so you said that a lot of these are still stuck in the vines, correct?
They're stuck in the vines, yes. They're wiggling, trying to get out.
But
they're
are
stuck
they
in the
above
vines.
ground?
The mushroom head is above ground. That's the only thing you see.
But the mushroom head is attached to...
Presumably, they're all like the other, yes.
Okay.
The mushroom head is what has a vine wrapped around it, yeah.
Alright, I'm going to... Where's the largest clump of these?
Look at the board.
You're
Okay.
Alright.
If it's
Well,
on the
okay,
grid,
so-
that's how it is. Off the grid
Because
is
I'm
some.
looking for... I guess the largest clump of gas. Almost... Because we were blowing it around, right?
You blew some into the jungle.
area.
I mean, what are you trying to do? And I'll help you.
I was going to use Burning Hands to make a big boom on a clump of these boys.
So wherever
Oh,
there
Lord.
is one of these guys, there is a clump of dense fog around it. Not as dense as the one that was just shot with an arrow, but there's a clump around it and a 10-foot. 10-foot radius. So if there's two with a 10-foot radius that touches each other, presumably you could have a chain reaction, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
If
unfortunately...
you need more information than that, I'm sorry, I'm not giving it to you. I just spelled it out for you.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. because they're not quite in a spot that I can do that chain reaction yet. Alright, so 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I want the fucking. Am I blind? Where's the damn?
What are you looking for?
Oh, this is the ruler. I'm stupid. Alright, I'm going to mold earth, and just 5 feet of earth is going to rise around this one right here. To, like, basically subdue it in earth.
Okay. So you're able
gonna,
to cover that one completely. Yeah, so
yeah.
Actually, if it helps you, I will draw a 10-foot circle around each of these. Is that helpful for you?
No, that's no. I got it.
Okay. So you're able to cover this one up.
Yeah, he's like.
And there's no longer a smog of poison smog there. Yeah.
That's my turn.
Okay. Who's up? Flint. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. That's 24. Oh, okay, I'm starting to roll well again.
So as that happens, you kind of feel the paralysis start to shake off. You're starting to get feeling back in all of your limbs. You start to feel this choking sensation, like something's just been forced down your throat. You're now conscious, aware of taking in your surroundings. Next turn, you'll be able to act.
Okay.
A-Bot.
So A-Bot is going to... He's still holding onto Flint, right?
Yes, you just pulled him away from the other one as the others killed it.
A-Bot's going to move back, what would it be, 15 feet? Just while holding onto Flint.
Okay.
And then he's going to, drop him there, and fire off a Eldritch Blast at this clump over here.
Okay. Roll the attack.
Doodle-a-doo-doo. Oh wait, where are my d20s? Oh. That's a 12.
That hits.
Oh, nice. Alright, let me roll my d10. One point of damage.
So you fire off this Eldritch Blast in that general direction, and it just kind of skims off the top of the mushroom. Doesn't seem to have much of effect. Does very little damage, as you can tell. It's still shaking in every direction, trying to get free from the vine.
And then A-Bot's going to bonus action cast Shield of Faith on Gil.
Okay.
Which gives him a +2 to AC.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And then that's the end of his turn.
With that, the mushrooms start to shake more and more violently. You see the vines on this one, this one, this one, and this one start to give way, and they begin to break free, and you see these mushrooms start to rise and force their way out of the ground. They stand up, and they look like they're ready to come at you. That's the end of their turn. Carrick, what are you doing?
Okay, so I would like to... can I get within either 60 or 80 feet of any of them?
if you dash, you could move, what, 40 feet? 60 feet?
I can move 50 feet if I dash, but
So
I won't dash.
there's
So, I mean, I
this
was-
one. There's this one right here that you could get within.
Yeah, fuck it. So I guess I'll move back 5, 10, 15. I mean, sure. I'll cast Hold the Dead on that one.
Okay.
So it's Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
So obviously, you know it, you love it. He fucking bashes his hammer and his shield together, and it goes towards the mushroom.
Okay.
So what did he get?
He failed.
Ooh, spicy. So he was already damaged, so he takes a D12. Okay, nice. 10. 10 necrotic damage.
Okay. So you see it start to shake in every which way. Suddenly you see that the others behind it also begin to shake in every different direction. It seems that whatever is ailing this and that sound wave, that blast, has been dispersed through the crowd, and they all begin to shake.
Well, shit. Now I gotta... Wait, you do necrotic damage?
That was necrotic, yeah.
I wonder if it was the sound itself, or if it was the necrotic damage that did that.
A dolorous bell rings, or fills the air. Anyway, my turn is over. It is Ross's turn.
It is Gilgallo's turn.
Oh, I didn't. I thought Kira was next. My bad.
Yeah, Kira had to get some information, so.
Oh, I see. No, it's fine. Alright, this closest one here, I'll mold earth on him as well.
Okay.
Just another column of earth.
Spiel. This is the worst X I've ever drawn in my life, but it's okay.
Beautiful.
There you go, that's better. Okay. Is that end of your turn?
I'm gonna come here.
Okay.
Boop.
Alright. That's your turn. Gil?
Who?
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that was my turn, sorry.
Okay. Alright, Kira, you're up.
Does Smith get a turn?
Smith does not. Smith is unarmed. You guys have not given him a weapon.
Shit. Okay. Well,
If you guys want to give him a weapon,
I can give him my light crossbow.
I have several on me that you can get.
Oh, there. That's probably better because I only have a light crossbow
yeah,
currently.
he doesn't have his sword. It's disappeared or something right now.
I give him a short bow and a mace if you want.
So Avot does that for Flint.
I am no longer stunned.
He's not stunned anymore.
Oh, I'm dumb. My bad.
He passed the con save.
Okay, I was just asking because I yelled for him to move before and get back.
Oh, you did? Sorry, I forgot to move.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
He's unarmed and he ain't fucking with this.
I am fucking with you.
Okay. Sorry, what's the rule about moving diagonally?
I forgot what we fucking said. Who wants to make a rule?
We just straight up
So, it's changed. At first, it was the first move diagonal is 5, and then everyone after that is 10. And then somewhere along the line, it was the first one is 10, and then
I don't
it's
know. What's the
5.
right way to do this? I have no idea. Somebody help me.
I mean, if you use simple geometry, it's what, 7.5, right?
Fuck that.
Don't
no.
make me do math.
Fuck that.
I mean, the simplest way to do it is to just do 5 and then double after that.
Well, that's not simple, though. Because that's not consistent. Like, why? Like, it doesn't make any sense that it would cost 5 the first time, but then 10 after that. Like, what?
I think it's because it makes a more even circle, is what Soup is saying.
I mean, it
That's
doesn't
more
matter.
simple.
Just double or not. It's like, Frank, just decide on one, and then we'll do it for the rest of the time.
That's it. 5 on the first one, 10 after that.
Okay. 5, 15, 25, 30.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna shoot this boy.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to keep turning my camera around. Shit, that doesn't hit. 8.
Okay.
You have a blessed die.
You are correct. I do have that.
Get that 4.
11. That still doesn't hit.
It does not hit. Okay. And are you doing anything else this turn?
Nope.
Alright. Flint, what are you doing?
Okay. He wakes up, he sees like all of them starting to shake, and he's like, "Oh shit! What the fuck did I do?" He's still alive.
It's still alive, yep.
Okay. He's gonna put like a hand on the Abel's shoulder and say, "Thank you," and he's gonna move up. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's enough. Okay. He's gonna pick up his whip, and he's gonna give it a lash and try to hit him.
Alright. Alright. Roll that attack.
Okay, that is 20 to hit.
Okay, that hits. So now it would be 2d4.
Seven plus 7, so that's 14. I forgot what the whip does. Is it bludgeoning? I'm not sure.
It's slashing.
Okay, so 14 slashing damage, and I'm gonna attempt to grapple him too if he's still alive after that.
Okay, that one's actually in the ground still. So
Oh, okay. Still, I will.
you're gonna still grapple
okay,
it?
Then, yeah.
Okay.
Just
So
try
make
to
the
keep
make the
movement
grapple
to
check.
the minimum. Okay. I got a 9.
You successfully grapple.
Nice, and I'll just hold him there. Like, can you describe to me how it goes? Or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, no, you do it.
Alright. He's gonna do it, and because I am using strength and not dexterity, it's a very, like, heavy whipping. He pulls it back, pulls it forward, and as soon as it does, it hits him, and as it hits, he goes, essentially with the force of the movement around it several times, and Flint uses one hand to grab one part of the whip, and the other to pull it backwards, and just holds him there.
Okay. Very cool. Is that in your turn?
Yeah, that was action.
Okay. Abot.
Yo yo!
What are you doing?
Alright. Abot is going to refocus and again try to Eldritch Blast one of the far ones. Try to see if he can accomplish anything with this. That's a 11.
That misses. Sorry, man.
Very unfortunate. And with that, Abot's going to run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just get to about here, and then Helenda's turn.
Okay. Alright, top of the order. So these ones that stood up move in closer on you. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And when that occurs, what you guys see, especially those closest, yeah, so these are the ones that came out of the ground. Like, it's very clear that these are a humanoid with a mushroom on top. Or, I guess not a humanoid, but a humanoid shape. You see them take the, their long tendril-like hands, bury them into the ground, and then you see these vines start to shoot through the ground, weaving in and out of the surface, rapidly approaching both Gil and Kira. So there we go.
This guy's got some range.
Yep. They don't quite reach you, Kira, but Gil, they do reach you. I need you to make a grapple check, please.
Alright, so I have a question.
Yes.
Did I ever actually learn the stout nimbleness thing yet?
Squat nimbleness? No, not yet.
Damn it. Okay.
None of you have feats.
Alright. Fuck, so I need to make 2 grapple checks?
Yes.
And do I have to do that with athletics or
You can do it.
You can do it any way you want.
Hell yeah, we're using the +2. Oh, thank God.
What did you roll?
16 +2, and then... Ooh, 2 +2.
One of them was a nat 1.
Huh? For me? Wait, what?
No.
No, for the...
So what was your second one?
Second one was 2 +2.
Okay. So one of them, the vines come flying at you from under the ground. You're able to kind of like jump and weave over them. The second one, as you're kind of midair, they shoot out of the ground and they grab your ankles and pull you back down to earth, holding you firmly in place. You are grappled. You're grappled by this one, if it matters to you. Kira, you see these 2 sets of vines rapidly approaching you. As you're kind of looking in that direction, you see 3 more of these things break out of the vines that are holding them, and they begin to start standing up.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Can I light an arrow on fire again?
Make an intelligence check.
And can I add the blessed die to that? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay. Seven.
So as you're kind of fiddling with your flint in a panic, as you as these vines are approaching you, you keep getting sparks, but you're not able to align it properly to get the spark to hit the right part of the arrow to ignite. It does not ignite.
Also, please don't fiddle with me.
God.
Jesus. Okay.
So that
does that count as object interaction?
That's going to be your object interaction for your next turn. It's Carrick's turn right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, we're at the top of the order. The things just took their turn.
Alright, so I would like to move. Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times 5, 50. Okay. So I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Well, actually, no. 20 here. And I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to toll the dead. Wait, this one's still up, right? Over here?
It is still alive, yes.
Yeah, it's getting fucking.
It's still underground, though.
It's getting told the dead.
You're the perfect dwarf captain, I just want to tell you.
Dead is getting told.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Alright, toll it.
Wisdom saving. Save your wisdom. Bitch, D12.
Fails.
Just like your mushroom, it will die. 9 necrotic damage. I'm gonna wake a bunch up, maybe, I don't know.
So as you do that, it begins to just shake violently. Again, you see all of the ones in the immediate area begin to shake violently as well. It withers and kind of just loses all of its rigidity and falls flat down to the earth. The vine that was basically strangling it shoots back down into the crystal. As that happens, the vine shoots back out and encases this one right here. Gil, you see that happen, and you see it start to pull it down into the earth. It's basically trying to pull it underground. Problem is, it's attached to you.
Wah wah.
Okie dokie.
Well, regardless, I'll end my turn.
Okay. Gil,
And
you're
now it's
up.
mine.
You are grappled, so your speed is
Yeah.
0.
That's fine.
You can make a grapple check to try to break free, though.
Yeah, I will in a second.
Okay.
But I since this thing is like attached to me, I would like to cast Chill Touch.
Oh boy.
Level 2
Do it up.
on this vine.
Okay.
I must. Do I have to roll for that since I'm literally grappled with the thing?
You're gonna roll with advantage.
Alright. Probably hits. 12 plus 5. 11 plus 5.
Those hit.
I'm assuming. Okay. So I do 2 d8. Here's
Roll it
my
up.
d8s. Oh, wait. Grab both, son of a bitch. Hey! Max damage, boys! Fucking it bounced, it trick shot off the fucking dice that's here and rolled an 8.
That is my new dice, and I love it. It's always
Alright,
on
so-
me plus.
16 necrotic damage.
So what happens is you basically freeze these vines, and then you're able to just smash through them, breaking the grapple.
Wait. Why do you do 2d8?
Because
He did it level 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
Oh.
a cantrip.
oh fuck, you're right. Chill touch is okay. Well, 8 instead of. I thought it was a level 1 spell that I was upcasting. and then
saw-
I-
you get your spell slot back.
No, it's just me being a dumbass. Yeah, 1d8 damage.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were saying you crit. I wasn't.
No, just me being stupid.
Okay. But you, regardless, you're able to freeze the vines and smash them, breaking the vine. As that happens, though, as you smash the vines, the thing begins to let out another one of those shrieks. You see all of the mushrooms that aren't already standing again, starting to shake even more violently.
They don't like necrotic damage.
Sucks to suck.
They're crusty.
Alright, now that I'm out of the grapple, 5, 10, 15, 25.
Time to beat the fuck out.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Kira, you're up. You've already used your object interaction for this turn.
Alright, so my bonus action Slayer's Eye, this boy was putting his icky shit at me. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
This music is pretty.
It's very calming.
Okay,
Yeah,
15. Oh, wait, plus 21, that is.
The music makes me
hits.
forget that we're in a life or death battle here.
Okay. Where did he go?
Don't worry, 8 more turns and we won't be having to worry about piercing. Look, I doubt that their vines are piercing damage.
Okay, 8
They've already done
damage.
piercing damage.
Oh, just kidding.
How much damage?
8.
Alright, 8 points of piercing damage, and again, it releases
wait.
that cloud.
Sorry,
What's up?
10 damage. I keep forgetting to add the +2 to monstrosities.
Okay.
10 damage.
That's a nice circle.
Math is hard.
Oh, that's
Actually,
not a good circle. That's a bad circle.
Who changes math? Math is math.
That's a circle. Okay. So you release the cloud, the vines are coming at you. Okay, Flint, you're up.
Alright. So, which of these have we already damaged?
Which of them have you already damaged?
this one.
Yeah.
And
I'll put the numbers
this
on
one.
the amount of damage you've done.
Okay. I'm just thinking of math here. 10, 15, 20, 25. I can't get to one of the whips. So I'm gonna have to do something else. Just ask. This guy over here hasn't been damaged yet, right?
He has not.
Okay, so only this one and this one. Okay, let me think. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 10, okay, I can get to 20.
So, one of my roommate's friends came over thing, and she was letting my roommate's dog out, and I'm just playing D&D, and she's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
That's it.
I used all of my movement to get there. I put my whip back on my belt. I used my bonus action to put my axe on my hand. I flip it around and I throw it back to this guy.
Okay.
So I don't want to
use
be
your bonus action to draw a weapon.
I used the bonus action to use my Eldritch Knight thing.
Got it.
Put my weapon back on my hand.
So I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that one's completely submerged currently in 5 feet of.
Yeah, that one. The ones with X's are underground. They've just been covered in dirt and they can't be attacked.
If you would,
It's the upper one that got damaged. Okay.
if you would prefer, I can only bury them 2.5 feet for that one.
No, my bad. I didn't. Then instead, I can't hit that one because the hand axe is way too far away. But I will hit the other one instead.
Okay.
Alright, that is 8 plus 3 plus 7, so 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Very nice. 11 damage. I'll flip it on my hand and throw it towards where the cat.
You say 11 damage?
Yep, 4 plus 7.
Okay. So you throw the axe and it buries itself in the basically in the top of the mushroom top. It's just kind of embedded in there.
Fantastic. That is action, bonus action, and all my movement, and an item interaction. There's literally nothing else I can do.
Okay. Bottom of the order. A-bot.
What? A-bot's going to... Fuck it.
Bot's going to fuck.
Listen, I've had a very upsetting time so far with these Eldritch Blasts. He's gonna fire off at this one.
Okay.
With just another Eldritch Blast. God, I don't want to burn any more spell slots. Okay, that's not like a 7 and below. That's 17. 17 hit, bud?
Yep.
Would you look at that? 5 points of damage. Whoa.
What?
Okay. So you let it loose, and it just hits almost right where the where Flint's axe is buried in, and just singes the top of it. No real reaction though, outside of just that singe, almost burn mark. And that was how much damage? You said 7?
5.
5. Sorry, I was thinking math.
I mean, hey, it's 5 times more than what I dealt last time.
Yep.
And then any of us can move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just get right in its face. Yeah, and that's the end of my turn, bud.
Okay. Now we are at the top of the order. Kira, first thing that happens is these 2 vines reach you. I need you to make 2 grapple checks.
Is that just straight strength?
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Oh boy.
You can do it.
She's good at both, so.
Yeah. Both of them are +3, so it don't matter. Okay.
Are you raging?
Am I?
It's a barbarian.
Do I add the blessed die? Sorry, I have no idea how this thing works.
If it's a check,
It's
no.
a
If
saving
it's a
throw, yeah.
Okay,
Saving
so
throws, so no.
first one is a 10. And then a 17.
Okay. So they both come. Were those athletics or were those acrobatics?
Athletics.
Okay. So you basically just kind of swat away these vines as they're coming after you, and they get to a point where you're just like beating them down, and they just retract back into the ground. But as that happens, the monsters themselves come closer to you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You've now noticed that the rest of them are shaking free, and now they are all advancing in your direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now it gets nice.
This is how we die!
And I yell, Freya, some help would be great right about now. And I'm gonna move 5.
It's not your turn yet. They're still all advancing. Okay. Flint. This one.
Sure?
Nope, Flint.
God damn it. I look like an idiot.
Has advanced into your direction. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okie dokie. Is this against poison or not?
This is against poison.
Fantastic. Then as a dwarf, I will have advantage. Hooray!
And you have a D4.
Alright, so that is a total of 4 plus 11 plus 7 makes 20.
What the fuck?
Get shit on.
I rolled a 7, so that's like an 86 at least.
No, I rolled a 15! It was a 15 plus 7! Don't give me that shit. No, it's
The dragon tries to grapple me, I punch him in the nuts.
This is gonna get dicey, kids. Just give me a second to finish up. They're now all within eyesight. Okay. So, Flint, you feel this tingling sensation, but nothing really happens to you, nothing noticeable. What all of you do see, though, however, is that there are vines flying at you from underground from every possible fucking
Okay, time to run, everyone. Let's get the fuck out.
I just want my wolf.
I wish I could cast Death Ward on someone.
This is very reminiscent of when the dwarves were attacked earlier in your travels by the vines in the trees.
Except there weren't 20 of them.
Except there weren't 20 of them. Kira, as this is happening, you hear a voice. As you've just pled for Freya's help, all that voice says to you
is get fucked.
Murray. Murray.
Sorry.
It's been some time since my daughters...
You're my good. I didn't hear what you said.
What? Yeah.
have heard your voice.
Alright, you need to talk louder.
You're cutting out, yeah.
Oh, you guys couldn't hear me?
The
No,
mic's, I think because
it's because you're doing a soft voice, and we can't ever hear you when you do soft voice.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I hear that.
Okay, you hear this voice. It says to you, Murray, it's been some time since my daughters have heard your voice. That's what you hear. Carrick, your turn. What are you doing?
I just yell, we need to get the fuck out of here! And, I move back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I cast Toll the Dead on this one.
Alright.
So, wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
This is so stressful.
But the music's so calming.
Alright,
Fail.
it takes 12. Well, it takes D12, excuse me. Doesn't automatically take 12. It might take 1. 8 necrotic damage.
Okay. So as that happens, it begins to writhe and shake just as they have in the past. But what you notice is the rest of them, again, writhing and shaking. It seems like that energy, that aura, that pain is spreading throughout them. You see the vines stop exactly where they are.
Cool.
What are you doing?
I don't have anything else to do. I end my turn.
Okay.
I yelled, "Get the fuck out!" and I ran away.
Is the guy in front of me still standing?
Oh yeah, he's still up. He hasn't shot any vines out. The rest of them have though. Oh, this one has too. My bad.
Thunderbolts and lightning.
Gil, what are you doing?
Very frightening me. Mamma mia.
Not button.
I have an idea, but chances of it working are so slim.
Is the idea getting out?
You're vulnerable to piercing, not to fire.
So here's the thing. Fuck. Hold on. What's the range on this?
Burning hands. Yeah.
No, I need a lot more range on burning hands.
Oh yeah, 15 foot.
What is upcasting this do?
I might know what you're doing. I might not.
Okay, we're gonna cast. I'm gonna get back, first of all. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt.
Yep.
On this boy. Okay, now if we roll a 3, it's fire damage.
Uh-oh.
Which would cause a big boom.
With 2 people in the middle. So yay. Let's hope not.
It'd be
I
like
mean,
that for
It would only be these guys.
It would be that line, yeah.
Come on, 3.
You need to roll to attack first, right?
Alright, I want to give myself advantage on this. So let me roll the D100 real quick. 26. What is that, Frank?
All right, let me check the board.
All your damage is fire damage for the next 10 hours.
An eye appears on your forehead for the next minute. During that time, you have advantage on wisdom checks that rely on perception checks that rely on sight. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
I mean, I guess that
Your
gives
third eye has opened.
You opened up a third eye. Just I don't fucking know.
Does that give me advantage on knowing where the vines are? I don't know.
No, you know it's
Danger
very
still
apparent
blue.
where the vines are. They're coming at all of you guys from every fucking
I'm
direction
rolling,
very
boys.
fast.
19. Okay. 18. Alright, well, they hit.
Okay.
Come on, for the love of God, get a 3 on one of these D8s.
That
Is
one's
that cocked?
That's cocked.
1 and 8, boys. Lady luck be on my side.
She like
It almost went. It like it showed the 3 and then went back.
Alright, so let me see real quick. A 1 and a 7 is psychic or acid damage. Well, I guess we'll do psychic damage. So, 2, 3, 10 damage to this one right here. Oh, shit. To this one.
Okay. So
Nice.
you let out that psychic wave.
Yup.
Does it, when does it bounce? Is that not all the time?
If I roll doubles on the D8s.
Okay. but you did not. All right.
No.
So you let that psychic blast. And as that happens, you notice again, this one shakes, the rest of them begin to shake as well. The vines, since Carrick had attacked, have stopped in their place. They're no longer encroaching on you. They haven't retracted, but they're just stopped.
Alright.
Is that the end of your turn?
I believe it is. I got some new warlock shit, so I gotta. I don't think. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So, Kira, you just heard this voice tell you that it's been some time since my daughters have heard your voice, and it referred to you by the name Murray. You hear the voice again. Release my child. Ivris shall help you. I cannot interfere.
Lord Jesus, okay. How do I release him?
Ivris is growing within the seed, within the flower. You must release her. She has sacrificed for this world. She must be reborn.
Okay. I'm going for that flower. Here we go, boys. Gonna die.
Good luck.
I'm so annoyed with myself, guys.
10, 25, 15. I already forgot the rules. Whatever, I go to flower.
Okay. First diagonal is 5, after that it's 10. Diagonal.
Okay, and I'm gonna start picking petals.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity check.
Oh boy.
Add your +4. Or not +4, roll your D4 with it, right?
No, it's a check. Bless is saving throws and attack rolls.
Oh. Just kidding, don't listen to me.
Ooh!
20.
Nice.
So this is your object interaction, but you're able to successfully pluck each of the petals. There is a total of... Hold on. The bulb itself, you're able to get all the petals out of it successfully. 2 yellow petals, 2 blue petals, 5 red petals, and 11 green petals. As you're kind of plucking all these petals off, you see that within this flower, and as you're kind of plucking and plucking and plucking, basically as fastly and as delicately as you can, you hear this whimpering, the sound of, you're familiar with it, puppy.
Oh my god, puppy.
And as you pluck all the flowers, there is a wolf pup within the flower. It is the coat.
That's some folklore shit.
The coat of it is pure white, and it's other than that, it is a completely normal puppy. You look puppy wolf. You look up at the, as you've called it, big ol' crystal. It's a clear, almost transparent. There's a slight fog within it. You see the contorted, twisted body of the wolf that you saw running through the forest. Off of its head are 2 large antlers that pierce through its skull and come up very strong and proud. Around the antlers, in a crown around its head, are multicolored. The fur is multicolored. Yellow, blue, red, green. You just used your object interaction to pluck the flowers and grab the puppy from the bulb of the flower.
Oh, I got the puppy?
You have the puppy in your hands.
Okay.
But again, it does not necessarily look like the wolf inside the crystal.
Okay.
This looks like a normal wolf puppy, whereas the one inside the crystal has antlers and the colored ring around its crown, around its head.
Okay, can I look at the exact order of the bigger wolf with the antlers and the colors?
Make a perception check.
Okay. What is my perception? +2. 17.
You see that through the cloudy crystal, all you can make out is that every other every other color is green.
Okay. Alright. I want to remove this turn.
So you've moved and used an item interaction this turn.
Okay.
You've got the petals and you've got the puppy in your hands.
Just chilling with the puppy. Okay, I gotta figure out the fucking order thing from the poem.
If you still want to move, there's an action to that.
Can I do that, Frank?
If she
You can use your action to dash.
Okay. So I'm just gonna garden real quick, snatch a puppy, and then start running away. 5, 10.
What were you gonna say, Soup?
I was just gonna say if she wanted to hold her action,
So you could also
I'd
hold
be
an
able
action.
to toss some of the sinew over to her.
Additionally, the order that you want is yellow, blue, and red, more than just 2. I don't know what the last part means, but...
Okay.
So you should take like the petals with you, most likely.
Yeah, she has
Yeah,
the puppy and the petals in her hand. She's just running away from the
These fucking
vines that are
shitters.
like encroaching on.
Yeah, okay. 20, 25. How much can I move with a dash?
It's the same as your normal movement.
Okay, then I will move here.
Okay.
And that's my turn, and I gotta figure out the order thing in the next, 2 minutes. Let's go, boys.
Okay. Flint, you're up.
So Flint gets blasted by this spores and this buzz, and he's like, with a hand, the mouth on his elbow, coughing a little bit, and he looks towards the Myconid and he says, "Watch the worst of Gobino by yourself, monster." Takes off his shield and slams it face front into his face.
So is that an unarmed attack?
It is an improvised weapon attack, which
Okay.
I think...
That counts as an unarmed attack because you do not have to have a brawler.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally just a 1+ strength.
Yep. It's fucking ridiculous.
Roll, and I don't add proficiency. Nice, so that is a 22 + 5, so 27 to hit.
That hits.
Which deals 6 damage.
6? I thought it was just plus your strength modifier.
Yeah, which is 1 + 5.
Oh shit, your strength modifier is 5?
Yeah, he's got a 20.
Hit so
Holy
hard.
fuck. Yeah,
He's got
I
a
forgot.
20 con and he's got a
it's-
20
I
strength.
forgot. I had a brain fart.
And like an 18 dex or some stupid
I had a
shit.
brain
I
fart. Yeah, so you do
apologize.
6 points of bludgeoning damage as you just punch this thing in the head with your shield. As you do that, you see it just fall over, just drop limp and dead.
Fantastic. And I'm gonna get the fuck out. And I yell out to Abot, "Abot, let's go, let's go!" And I start moving. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And yeah, that's it. For now.
Can Abot see the puppies and the crystals that Kira's holding in her arms?
She's holding flower petals, but yes, you saw from your angle, you saw her
Oh, yeah.
pluck all the flowers and grab this wolf puppy, and then start running in the opposite direction.
Yeet!
So Abot's going to look down at the vines that were connecting the mushroom to, or the mushrooms to this thing, the one that was holding onto the mushroom at the part that I severed, so more towards the mushroom. Is it still there, or is it completely
disintegrated once it was no longer serving its purpose?
He wants a chomp.
Well, the thing says it's like sinewy, right? The thing that's grabbing, or the vines that grabbed the mushrooms.
It's like a root. It's like a thick root of a tree.
Okay. Abot's just going to move away then.
Okay.
Yep, just 30 away. And then dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then Alinda's turn.
Okay. Where's everybody? Okay. So with that, the roots start to move and lurch forward again, and they just start sifting through the ground, encroaching on you, getting closer. This one got sucked back in. This is giving me heebie-jeebies thinking about this.
No, don't touch me. That's inappropriate. I got shit to do. I don't got time to be attacked.
Sort of got the wolf thing is so cool.
I'm gonna have a panic attack. I just want my puppy.
Boo. And that one is just starting. Okay. Oh, and this one's starting as well. So all of the vines are diving at you, and Abot, Kira, what you start to notice is they're all converging on Kira with puppy and petals in hand. Two of them reach you almost simultaneously. I need you to make 2 grapple checks, Kira.
Okay. They catch. Okay, that's a 17. And a 14.
Okay. 17 and a 14.
12.
Fucking shit.
So you're again able to one of them comes near you and you kick at it and it backs off. The next one wraps around your leg, and you are now grappled.
Great.
So that's this one here. You're now grappled. Okay. And that's the end of their turn. Carrick, what are you doing? You just saw Kira run in, do something with that flower. Now you see her run back out. She's got a handful of colorful shit and a puppy in the other hand, and she's fucking running. A vine just comes out of the ground and wraps itself around her leg. What are you doing?
All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Excuse me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Okay. Actually, wait. This is the one. This one over here is the one that's wrapped around her. Is that correct, or is it this one?
This one.
Because I couldn't tell. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm like trying to draw these fucking.
Thank you, Father. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yeah, I'm not fucking reaching that. Alright, actually, wait. 45, 50, 55, 70, 75. Nah, I'm not even reaching that. Oh, boy. Excuse me.
Throw an axe at the vine.
I'm sorry?
Throw an axe at the vine.
I don't think I have an axe.
know.
No, and I mean it's gotta be hard to hit a vine. Like, I don't know. All right, I would like to. Fuck. I guess, you know what? I'm actually gonna use my light crossbow and shoot at the one at the actual core of the body that it has wrapped around Kira.
Core of the body that it has wrapped around. I'm not sure I understand.
Look, I'm shooting at the fucking at the stem. All right,
You're shooting at the monster, the fucking thing standing there. Because what it is a fucking mushroom with a person, essentially a person's body, and then it's got its hands buried into the ground, and its hands are vines. Like,
yeah, I'm shooting at the person, at the monstrosity.
Okay,
It's Stukov E.
Yeah.
You have the weirdest way of explaining the simplest shit.
Oh, well, I have to roll with disadvantage anyway, so there's no fucking way it hits.
Yeah. Okay. So you fire off the crossbow bolt. Totally whiffs out in left field.
Okay. I can't do anything else. I have my turn.
Okay. Gil.
Alright, so it's my turn?
Yep.
Yeah, Gil just yells. So I see all these conversion on Kira, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I just yell out, "Throw me the dog!" or whatever. And, so, can I ready an action, and if she decides to throw the dog, catch the dog?
It's not gonna just be it's gonna be an athletics check on both of your parts to see if you can catch a dog from a 60 feet throw. She's gonna huck it like a football.
The fucking vine.
Where am I? I'm just so far away.
Yeah.
I have a good plan. I just need the dog to be in my arms.
Is it a good plan?
Yeah, but Flint and Carrick might not like it. What?
I just remembered something, but it's not relevant to you. It's okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We're doing it again, boys. We're gonna Hexblade Curse real quick. This guy. Or actually, no, just kidding. This one, since that's the one that has Kira. And now, if I roll another 19 on this guy, it'll actually be a crit, unlike last time when I didn't do that, and my 19 wasn't a crit.
Okay. Can you... Okay, I'll wait.
What?
Hold on. I'm gonna wait.
Oh, just kidding. It has to be within 30 feet. I don't do that. Fuck me. I'm going to still cast a big boy Chaos Bolt at this one.
Big bomb bolt blast.
Do it up.
Can I give myself advantage, Frank?
If you roll on the board.
Hell yeah. I just want to ask you so I don't...
Hey, yeah,
So I have the go-to.
Fireball kills the puppy.
No, Sarah will break up with me if that happens. It's like a relationship over.
You are immune to being intoxicated.
70.
What is it?
Oh, wow. Each creature within 30 feet becomes invisible for the next minute.
Oh, that's great. That is fantastic.
So, I still gotta chuck out this fucking fireball, though. Or possible fireball. At second level. So, I think it's just an additional d6 is how that works. The spell's kind of wonky.
Yeah, it's an additional d6.
So
Chaos
does that mean
Ball.
all of you are invisible, or
Yeah.
5, 10,
Yep.
15, 5, 10, 15? Yeah, you're all invisible.
Everybody but Smith.
Smith
Everybody
just
but
watches
Smith.
us disappear. Smith is like, what the fuck happened?
But, Kira, you still are grappled.
Not for long, baby. Come on, 3. Damn it.
Just add them
1,
together.
2. Alright, hold on. 1 and 2 is cold damage. Oh, I'm gonna frost your tips. Alright, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do this boy. Fuck this boy. Cold damage.
Okay. And what was the number again?
10.
Okay. So narrate for me that a little bit. The whole, including the invisibility. Narrate it all.
Yeah, so in the middle, I just run up and I go to cast. I do my normal like swirling rainbow thing, and then as the ball gets bigger, because I decide to upcast it, we just all go invisible as this ball of frost energy just in this dude's direction, fucking smacks him.
Okay. So now, just one clarification. So you guys are all invisible, but if you're going to try and, like, you still have to take the hide action, right, to be, I'll say, undetectable.
Oh, good.
Right.
That's how stealth works.
Yep, just making sure. Making sure everybody
Can't
knows.
believe I made everyone invisible.
Like, people can still hear you and see your foot.
Right. And
Ability, like,
also,
they know
they
where
know
you are.
exactly where Kira is if these things communicate at all.
Yeah.
Because
The only thing you get is advantage on attacks, and they get disadvantage attacks against you because you are technically, they are blinded to you. Technically.
Yep. Okay. Gil, that's your turn. Kira, what are you doing?
I want to break out of this grapple if I can.
So your hands are full right now. So you can try and break out of the grapple, but it's not like you can attack.
Throw me the pumper.
So you can try and break the grapple with an athletics or an acrobatics, but it's not like you could just take your axe and like hack at the vine. So
Okay.
if you want to try and break the grapple, it's a grapple check.
Okay, well, Abot.
Yes.
Very many sessions ago, I chopped off an extra vine, and I gave it to you.
Yes.
I have that back, please.
Abot quickly just swings open his chest and pulls out the grasping vines.
Okay.
Okay, and now I'm gonna start decorating this puppy, I guess.
Okay, so what are you doing here? she's got a root wrapped around her leg.
Priorities.
The puppy's kind
decorate
of just
this
looking at you, tongue hanging out, wagging its tail, looking at you like excitedly.
I would die for this dog, and I might. Okay, I think that's the order.
It's gonna be the most unheroic death too if you do die, because you're invisible, so no one saw it.
Did you send it to me? Where did you send it to me?
I put it in Discord in general, sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, hold on one second. Let me check.
And I'm gonna use the grasping vine to like attach it all to make the puppy a fancy little crown. Grandma taught me crafts.
Grandma Dolores.
So, okay. So you put the crown in that circle. You how do you do this? Like, narrate for me how you kind of lay this out.
Okay, I have the puppy under my arm, like I'm holding it like a football.
Okay.
And I'm like arranging the vine on its head and like quickly putting petals in, like weaving it all together. Like I used to do with my grandma back in the olden days.
Okay. And you lay it out. Can you just narrate for me what order you lay it out?
Okay, green, yellow, green, blue, green, red, green, red, green, red, green,
And
yellow.
as you put that green, as you lay that green, you see like a faint white glow kind of occur, and the vine melds into a fine leather sinew and then cinches itself around the head, pulling the petals finely around the crown of the wolf. You then see this light grow brighter around the wolf. It begins. You start to see this crown actually start to meld into the head of the wolf, the puppy, and it's still just smiling, waving, like wagging its tail, kind of looking up at you. And then you see two slight nubs start to push out of its skull, getting larger and larger. And under your arm, you start to feel the wolf growing extraordinarily fast. It jumps out from under your arm and kind of stands out in front of you proud as it grows and grows and grows to the point where it's almost the size of a horse. The antlers have grown so large they stand 3, 4, 5 feet tall out of its head. Suddenly, it stands even taller and prouder, and it lets out this crazy howl, and this bright light shines and radiates around the area. You hear a voice penetrate into your mind. I am Ivris. And you start to see the vines and the clouds and everything start to burn away, and the explosions start to occur. Chain reactions happening across, and you see these different, all of the decrepit trees and the mushrooms and the vines attached to them, just literally exploding and burning. The wolf is like, its coat is pure white, and it's staring at you. What are you doing?
Holy shit. Okay, Kira's gonna fall to her knees, and she's like, Huntress, please give me your aid.
As that happens, Flint, you feel this tingle down the back of your spine, and all of you hear this soft voice. It almost sounds like a whisper in the wind, and you hear, Murray, it's been some time since my daughters have seen your face.
You're speaking too quiet, Frank!
It's been some time since my daughters have seen your face. Thank you for finding Ivris again.
Gil just... So, wait, we all heard this, right?
Yep, you all hear this. It sounds like a whisper in the wind.
You all just hear... You don't see it, but you guys just hear my voice go, any of them single?
I will kill you.
Flint is just staring in awe at everything that's happening.
I hate you. Oh my god.
So you just heard this, Kira. What are you doing?
I'm just staring at this fucking horse-sized wolf. You knew my grandmother?
Your scent has changed. Now, none of you hear this. This is the wolf in front of you, directly speaking into your mind. Murray, you haven't aged.
I'm Kira. Murray is my mother's mother.
It kind of looks at you inquisitively and nods. These creatures corrupt Freya's world. We need your aid. I and the others can't be reborn without the aid of nature itself. We can't. When we crystallize to defeat what plagues this world, we can't be reborn without nature's interference. With your aid, we can push this pollution out. And then it kind of bows its head and kind of gets real low and nudges you to mount
Oh my god.
the wolf.
I get on the wolf.
Oh, damn.
And it stands proud. And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
This is the best
That
game
was so
ever.
fucking badass. That was so fucking cool.
Yeehaw.
Right.
I got one thing to say, boys.
I'm literally crying.
Can I just say, Fred Boat was so on point this session. Oh,
Yeah, the music, where the music started when this whole like transformation happened, ended up being actually like perfectly timed too.
Yeah, it started getting like it was building up. It was really nice.
It was great. Like I wasn't expecting this at all from this game because it was all like more low magic, and this was so fantastic from the start.
Surprise, bitch.
And I loved it. And the best part is it was so folklore. Like with a puppy that grew from a fucking flower, and then you put the petals on top, and it grew antlers, and it was so fucking cool.
I'm just concerned about when Wolf's life has been paid.
But they said they sacrificed themselves to get rid of the pollution.
Oh.
Gil never
That's
got his
why-
answer either.
I'm sorry, you want to date a wolf? Are you fucking furry?
I'll hit it with the dryad.
Oh my god.
So I am no longer apologetic about being an idiot because it led to this. Okay.
God, that was fun.
That's very good.
Meld Earth is OP also
Yeah,
It's a good
spell.
deal.
for dealing with